Good evening and welcome to another exciting show. And that intro is thanks to Patrick of holylandradio.com. So thanks, Patrick, for sending that intro, putting that intro in. That is terrific.
You're welcome.
That's the right one. And that is actually Charlie and his orchestra. And we're now on Food for Thought Radio, Radio Soapbox. Where else are we on? We're on YouTube. We're on. No, we're not on Facebook. And also on Rumble. It's Facebook. So let's have a look at my chat. Who is first? We've got Asperger's as Fudge.
Either it's me or I hear that song again.
Oh, bugger. Hold on a moment. Don't say it's repeating. Just a moment. Let's have a look, see if we can do this. Right.
There, it's silent now.
That's weird.
Happy days are
here again. Da, 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 da. That's strange, isn't it? Is it gone silent now?
Yeah, it's off. It'll be weird if it kicks back on.
Yeah, it's really weird. Is anybody here hearing the music that's starting to get angry? I'm not angry, yes. Is it still going?
Oh, there it goes again.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go on and
I don't know what happened there.
That's weird.
I can hear it. You can't hear it.
Yeah, I'll go through I'll go on a different feed. Just bear with me a second.
Yeah, what's a? Well, it's fading out again.
Hang on.
Difficulties.
It started again.
Did it? Is there a way you can clear it out of your queue? Do you hear it now and I don't hear it?
Yeah.
You hear it, but I don't.
Let's kill it. I can't get rid of the bastard thing. Right.
There we go.
It's gone.
It's gone, yeah.
Now I've gone through a different feed. I've gone on a different feed and the bastard's still going. Now, I know what it is. It's the naughty Nazis haunting us. But
the haunted
how weird.
Stream.
The haunted stream, yes. And Alex Gorgeous has said, "Death by music." And therapist on speed dial. Isn't that weird, isn't it? I don't know why it does that. It's very strange. Well, anyway.
You're caught with your technical trousers down.
Yes, I've definitely got my trousers down here. But I went through a different feed and the bloody thing still went on.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're okay now. Anyway, Asperger's as Fudge. Any particular politician or celebrity you want a two-finger salute or one-finger salute to, please say, mate, because you were first on. Now, the other one is the awards. The David James Awards, or Memorial Award, I'm going to call it. And the reason, I thought it was a bit conceited to have a full name, but it's after my dad. And it's for people who heroically stood up against the crowd, against the establishment generally. And it's going to be on, I'm rejigging my website, and it's going to be on Telegram in the next couple of days. So you'll all be able to vote for it. And I did a lot of soul searching. Someone suggested, what's it? Hang on, somebody suggested George Galloway. Unfortunately, we can't have George Galloway because he's a politician.
That's a good reason to exclude somebody.
Yes, and anybody that works for secret organisations, out they go. So, and he hasn't really bravely stood up against the crowd. Now, I said, was it Matilda said, "Did Eric see message from Nathan and Holly?" No, I haven't, but I will go and have a look at it. Let's have a look. What have we got here?
Yeah,
Nathan.
Weren't they supposed to show up?
With you shortly. So I've got here.
Ah, good.
So they should be here shortly. I hope so, because we're expecting Nathan and Holly on, and maybe Miles Fleetwood. We don't know, but I thought they would be here before the show, but they're not. So I don't know why. And,
they're tardy.
Yeah, so they'll be on a little bit later. So anyway, starting from the top, here we go. These are the people putting forward to vote. You can vote for Father Maudsley, or if you've got a suggestion for somebody.
Oh, I don't know if it's froze for everybody else, but you froze for a moment for me.
Okay, so it was E. Michael Jones, Dr. Meyerhill, Candice Owens.
I'd put her on there only because she lost her friend Charlie Kirk and stood up against the people that probably did it.
Okay, she goes ahead. And of course, Ben Emlyn Jones, because he stood up against the establishment. He lost his job for it. So there we go. Now, Alice Gorgeous said, "Can you ban all paid shills and agitators too, please, Eric?" Yes, we can ban them as well. I don't know if any paid shills are on that list. If they are, please tell me.
I'm sure there are people that would call some of those people shills. I don't know if they're shills or not. That's how do you define a shill? That's the question. And
well, that's it. I mean,
if they're a secret shill, that's hard to suss out, I guess.
That's it. Mother Teresa. Yes, Mother. I guess this is for the two-finger salute. Yeah, to Mother Teresa. There we go. Because I guess you've heard about Mother Teresa.
What, being a dude? Being Fauci's cousin or brother?
She wasn't exactly an angel. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, seriously. I used to think, oh, what a marvelous woman. No. And I think it was some journalists found her out. But anyway, I noticed that Nathan and Holly are in the studio. The camera's not on yet.
Studiously late.
They're studiously late. A note from parents. I hope they have. And Six Blade. Hi there. I will hopefully join you shortly too. Oh, we got a crowded room tonight. Here they come. There
we go.
Hey.
Good evening.
Hello.
And Holly, have you been putting some strange makeup on? But your ears look very wrong. And you're a brown colour. Oh, sorry, that's not on. Sorry. Trying to sell a dog. Try the Chinese restaurant.
Don't. No.
I hope he covered his ears. What sort of? What is he?
Apparently they won't give us enough.
Was it a sausage dog or what sort of breed?
She's a miniature sausage dog.
I like your dog. I like your dog. How much he weigh? Sorry.
£1,000 quid.
That's a bad one.
Be ready with the fried noodles. Anyway, it's nice to see you on the show. And I was getting a bit worried. I think, I'm going to turn up soon, but here you are. Now, we don't know.
I can't really get us on the screen any better than that, mate. So I'm going to, as Holly's the guest.
That's perfect.
I was almost off the hook, wasn't I? There we go.
That's perfect. That's okay. If you could bring your camera down a little bit, it's a little bit
Not really. I can do.
That's better. That's a lot better. That's a lot better because you're sort of at the bottom of the screen going, "Hello, I'm at the bottom of the screen." But anyway, now what we're talking about, Mother Teresa. It says Mother Teresa might have been a fallen angel. Who knows? Because we were just saying about Mother Teresa, she wasn't exactly an angel, was she?
I was going to say fallen demon, maybe. I mean, she wasn't exactly the image that she was sold to us as, is she?
What was the documentary that she was in back in the 60s that made her famous? And it was some Brit that had done it.
Malcolm Muggeridge.
Malcolm Muggeridge, yeah.
With all as if she had a gun ball all the time. This road. Yes. Do you remember Malcolm Muggeridge?
Other than that, I have no idea. I hadn't
Nope.
seen any of his stuff.
No.
I've
Which
seen that one
young-
documentary though.
Now-
It was pretty brutal what they went through though. They're over in India, all the orphans and whatnot.
Oh,
And,
it's terrible. She
yeah.
may have done. Look, the thing is, all our information is second hand. She may have been
Yeah.
good. She may have been bad. Unfortunately, the majority of people who've looked into it have found bad things. I hope they're wrong. I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, we've got Sue Sparkle, who's in chat, and she says, "Hi all, I'm late. I pulled my back out and in pain. So,
Well, at least the
Holly,
ribs are still intact, right, Holly?
can you recommend anything for Sue Sparkle?"
Well,
Sue Sparkle.
Hmm.
there's to me there's two different schools of thought at this point. There's the allopathic school of thought, and then there's everyone else's school of thought. The allopathic school of thought is obviously just take whacking amounts of painkillers that are going to turn off your healing mechanism and like take a mallet to your pain receptors, and then you can just carry on your life. That's probably the easiest and quickest and potentially most effective route. I mean, they're also going to like take out your liver and your kidneys at the same time.
Just a bit.
Or you can heal it and you can spend the time, and it will take a lot longer, and the painkillers that you take will they'll make you go to sleep and they'll relax you, and it will take it will take a lot longer, but hopefully it will work. That's not a massively popular prescription, is it?
No.
So maybe get down to the doctors, take a massive amount of allopathic painkillers, and forget it never happened.
So can I?
It might
I
get
would
worse,
balance
too.
that by saying morphine and codeine, but then I'd
Yeah,
probably get slapped by about
exactly.
90% of the truth movement, you know. But I
No,
mean, it's effective at making you feel nice, but
I think
whether
your
it's actually
body
good for you
tells
long
you
term.
with pain, it communicates with pain what not to do. And if you dull that pain, you'll end up doing things that will make it worse. So it's kind of a difficult thing to say to somebody that they accept the suffering, but I don't see what you could do other than to go to a chiropractor and see what they can tell you.
Can I make a suggestion? I'm not a doctor. I'm not qualified, but I put my back went out when I was looking after my late father. I was lifting him and things like that, and I had a lower back pain, and sometimes it comes back. And it's funny, we had that astrologer on. When was it? Oh, last year, and he said, "Oh, I can see lower back pain," and about a week or two later, I got bleeding lower back pain and sciatica. But what does it for me is, and what cured it was a hot water bottle that was so hot it's almost peeling your skin off. It's got to be absolutely, you could just about stand the heat. You know, that's how hot it's got to be. And you shove it on your back, and that's what worked for me. That actually worked.
Wow.
I mean, there are similar horrific options, like so you can so the Romans used to flagellate themselves. They used to get stinging nettles, and when they were carrying massive packs all day, and were in huge amounts of pain, because they weren't really allowed to rest, and so they used to like hit themselves with stinging nettles, and it used to bring all the histamine and bring all the blood, and it used to heal very quickly. You can do it also with chili. It's got a similar. If you rub some chili on, that will bring all the blood to that area. You can do it with essential oils.
Is there a less kinky version? So excuse me, I'm writing here because people are putting suggestions in for the heroes thing. So there we go. So yeah, but
I mean,
what about?
Well, just to add there, I mean, I've mentioned in the past about Holly's chili. Oh God, am I saying that right? Chili tincture. It just sounds weird now. But it is really, really effective for a number of things. So, I mean, I wouldn't have known about using it for that kind of stuff, but
I would get some of sorry, I'd get some of Dr. Natasha's books and read about that because she talks about a lot of that sort of thing in her books. My mom ended up getting a few of her books, and she's read 2 of them so far, and there's a lot in there about this sort of thing, like the natural remedies and the diet. You know, it might be a matter of diet, and the inflammation is actually a good thing because it's your body healing.
That's right. Keep off the carbohydrates as well,
And
because
also,
they also stir up inflammation. So try and keep off carbohydrates. Yeah, sorry, Holly, you was going to say.
sorry, so if you go kind of more down the sort of spiritual, emotional trauma point of view, lower back pain is generally money issues.
Really? That's interesting. Or now there's another one which Patrick, what's your feeling about spiritual healing? What's your
Yeah.
Well, I actually went along. I had sort of emotional problems, and I went along to a spiritual church. Well, they call it the spiritualist church, and they did healing there, and it's absolutely mind blowing. You actually feel a tingling as these people put, and all you do, you put what you feel you want to, and I like this. They had a box there. You just put whatever money you want in, And this woman, she just sort of, and I could actually feel something happening, and it was unbelievable. It really was spiritual healing. So that's probably another one. Now, as for this,
Well, Nathan, who is very grumpy about all this stuff, was telling me the other day that he had some Reiki, and it actually worked.
Yes,
It
it
did.
does work.
Well, I thought it did anyway.
Yes.
Go on, tell
Anyway.
them about your Reiki.
Oh no, I don't particularly want to.
Oh, okay.
Tell
All
them
right.
why I had the Reiki.
No, you don't
for
have to
that
tell them why, but just that it was
what-
effective, because you are the ultimate skeptic, aren't you?
skeptic, but not skeptic. Right? I mean, I just like to be skeptical about everything because I like to employ. I like evidence. I like to see.
Just a grumpy man.
I am grumpy today. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. I'm fucking very grumpy. Well, we're going with that.
I would read this book, and that'd cheer you up a bit.
I'd advertise it, but it's over in the back there, and I can't reach it. So
okay. Now,
yeah, but I will answer that actually. So just as a it was almost like an afterthought. I was part of the group Truth Seekers Northeast, and I was having a couple of health problems, and I think there's about 3 Reiki practitioners in the room at the time, and they went, well, we can probably try it. Do you want to try a bit of Reiki? And I was like, yeah, go on then. What do I need to do? And it's just like, we just go in the next room and we'll do a few. I think there's some crystals or stones involved or something as well. I can't remember now. But I was quite skeptical about it, to be honest. But I thought, well, I'll be open-minded. I'll give it a shot and see, what harm can it do? But anyway, within 2 days, like the issue that I'd had for about a month and a half, just gone. And I mean, rightly so. I am skeptical about this kind of stuff, but again, skeptical, not dismissive. If I can just put that caveat in there, I'm not dismissive of these things, but clearly something worked, and nothing I'd done to try and resolve it to that point had any effect on it. So there you go, spiritual healing.
I had a NEOP from a nice spiritualist lady. She didn't really intend to give me a NEOP, and I didn't, but I could feel it. I could feel, and then I had a sort of. And I've never had jip from a left knee again.
Excellent. Or the other thing,
my mum and my sister and everyone in my family tend to have NEOPs, but I haven't had to because of a bit of spiritualist healing.
That's it. And the thing is that if Miles was on here, Dr. Miles Fleetwood, he might suggest. I don't know because I can't speak for him, but let me say not he. I would probably suggest consulting an acupuncturist. There's another possibility that does wonders. So there you go. Or look up on YouTube acupressure. You can put pressure in certain areas. I mean, for example, if you get a sore throat, you can put your fingers at the back of your neck, a pressure point there, and it stops you. It eases your sore throat instantly. It's incredible.
And if you can find the right bit on your ear, or you can find the right bit on your foot, it's amazing. A friend of mine, she does reflexology where she just massages your feet, and she's not legally allowed to do this. But she basically just tells you all your health complaints, everything that's wrong with you, on the basis of just messing around with your feet for half an hour.
That's right.
It's
It
extraordinary.
is marvellous, and I think that we've lost this due to Rockefeller. Now, if you look up Rockefeller, John D. Rockefeller, probably the most evil man, I believe, in existence. I think he made Chairman Mao and all the other sort of like people like Stalin and that amateur compared with the amount of people he because he killed people subtly, I think. I can say this because he's dead now, long dead. He died in 1936.
Is it fair to say that John D. Rockefeller was the original snake oil salesman? I think I literally think this is where it comes from, because he used to be a traveling salesman, didn't he, with his pharmaceuticals and his
it was
oil.
His father. Patrick, I think you know more about this, don't you? I think it's Rockefeller's father was a snake oil salesman.
I think it may have been, and then he ended up in actual oil, like petroleum oil sales in
and then
the state of Pennsylvania.
Inverted commas, what's the word now? Where they're rich people give their money away. I can't think what the word is.
I think of Rockefeller, Carnegie, other people.
Yeah, and what did he do? Got into pharmaceutical industry. And
cool. Is that what you said?
Yeah, he started a university, college, funded all oil-based medicines. And then
even our public education system is highly influenced by the Rockefellers.
Yeah.
So like school children from his time onward.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Part of it.
And now, the rest is history. But please look up John D. Rockefeller. Nasty piece of work. But anyway, on with the show.
Actually, Chris, sorry, I was just mentioning to Holly there. I muted the camera for a minute. So John Hamer he's wrote 3 books on the subject, 4 technically. He's written. Oh, he's English teacher. I'm getting shouted at.
He wrote like.
Yeah, I wrote it, didn't he? Yeah, he wrote this book, right, innit?
And he's trying to learn you these things because he should speak English proper like I does. Sorry, carry on.
Oh, we do that though, don't we? Though.
We do.
No, we do. But anyway, he's gone into a massive amount of detail on the 13 bloodlines, including the Rockefellers, and where the whole allopathic industry came from. In Behind the Curtain, Volume 1, and it's really it's a brilliant read, and he goes into a fair amount of detail with it. So, for anyone who does want to know a little bit more about that, that's the book to buy. So, Behind the Curtain, Volume 1. Goes into all of that. So,
well,
in detail.
Changing the subject slightly, for the David James Memorial Award, I don't know why, never came to mind. Paul Stubbs says, "Hello, Eric. Can you add Richard D. Hall to the award list?" I will, with pleasure, because that man should have gone on there, and I could kick myself for not thinking of him. Yes, definitely.
You should get him on your show. I got his Telegram contact.
100%
I did
agree with you. I think he should come on the show.
Yeah.
Incredibly brave. Why didn't I think of him? I feel quite embarrassed that I didn't even think of him. Never came to mind. I've put him down there, yes. And Mark Anthony said, yes, good shout, yes. And also, Truth Over Lies says, Eric, please add a guy on YouTube known as Veritas Vincit to the list. I've never heard of him, but I'll check him out. He was willing to lose his job over the needlecraft. Well, there we go.
The needlecraft.
Praise.
I know Veritas is true. I don't know what Vincent is.
Now,
Vindicated?
Truth Vindicated. Okay, could be.
Or maybe released.
Now, Evro 4000, or the Fockham Transport Minister, evening Paul, with a pulled muscle in the back, sometimes going for a good walk can be enough to work the muscle back in. That's a good point. Yes.
It's more about muscle spasms. Cold
peas for swelling. Couldn't it be done for exposure for that if you do it in the street? Sorry.
Are you getting ideas in your big long trench coat again, Eric?
Yes. Cold peas for swelling. Yes. Right. Inflammation.
Well, I
that's
would
it.
say we've all been flashed at, but probably not all of us have been flashed at.
No, I haven't.
Probably only 50% of the audience have been flashed at.
Oh, correction, I have.
You.
Yes,
Lucky
I was
you.
sitting on a tube train once, and the circle line, they should name it the pervert and weirdo line and tramp line, because tramps used to go on the circle line in London and just go round and round and round and round and round because they're nice and warm and used to. And no, it wasn't. It's on the district line. Sorry, I was going to Harrow, and as a woman, I was sitting minding my own business, and a loony got on, this loony woman, and she lifted up her skirt, and she was sort of flashing herself, and the reflection, sort of with her back to me, her reflection was in the tube doors.
And they lived happily ever after. And that was how you met your wife.
No. I got off at the next stop and went on the next carriage. No, it was not a pretty sight, I can tell you. It's there. Oh, hang on. Garlic can help with inflammation. That's a good point. Yes, garlic. If only Miles was here, if he's listening in, if he wants to come into the studio, he's welcome. Now, and I've had a virus for 3 weeks, thinking of going to see the osteopath. This is Sue Sparkle, who I've seen before. I'm using heat and TENS machine. Yes.
So you know what's going to
happen? Is that the frequency generator?
Because she's going to go for the virus theory, isn't she? So she's going to get like, there's no such thing. So,
by the way, TENS machine. Sorry, what was that, Patrick? Again, you said
it's like a frequency generator that you hold a couple probes, like copper probes, and
don't know,
and ground your feet on it. It's kind of like, have you ever heard of a Rife machine? Royal Raymond Rife created these machines where you grab a bulb and it pulses at a certain frequency for whatever particular ailment that you have. Yeah.
And he died a broken man because they destroyed him, didn't they?
Yeah, well, he had supposedly invented a microscope that would look at live viruses close to what an electron microscope would do. But the electron microscope, you can only look at dead viruses. You can't look at live viruses up close.
I didn't know viruses actually.
Viruses, microbes, I mean. Microbes. What am I thinking?
Yeah.
Viruses.
Don't worry. Alex Gorgeous, financial support, Louise L. Hay. Not sure where that comes into that. Yes. Your microphone's...
Oh, sorry. That's back to the lower back comment. Louise L. Hay is really amazing for that sort of emotional, spiritual trauma type component.
Oh, I see. Financial though support.
But for the lower back. And there's another brilliant comment about what middle. There you go. Ray.
Yes, that true middle back, guilt, upper back, lower of emotional support. So I often get lower back problems. So lower back is fear of money. There we are.
Fear of not having any. Does that
so I've now got loads and loads of questions for Sue.
Right.
About the fact that she's saying that she's had a virus for 3 weeks, and it sounds like has she only been treating it with heat and TENS machine, and now she's got lower back issues. I suppose my question is, how has that come about? Has that come about because she's got a virus and she's she's coughed and she's pulled things? Has it come about because actually she maybe hasn't been as lovely to herself as she should be, and so now her body has had to escalate into lower back pain to try and stop her and make her go to bed and make her properly heal? Is it that actually she's been taking things that may be compromising her liver, her kidneys, which are obviously down there, and that her body's trying to adjust her attention to that? Just poor Sue.
Also, or if it was a bloke with a lower back pain problem, I'd say go to bed with a hot woman. I mean, that's the usual cure for things like. But now, Truth Overlies says, I like the fact Holly is a bit posh.
Yeah, so do
There we
I.
are.
I'm not a bit posh.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
I
just-
told
I'm
you. I
just-
told you.
I'm
you
just sitting next to the
that's-
man that's not a bit posh.
Oh, just 'cause
Good
I'm northern.
evening,
So rough.
gentlemen.
That's rough, isn't it?
Good evening, gentlemen and gentle ladies. That's Sammy
Ah.
Guri.
I love you trying to pronounce this every week.
Yes.
You know,
Maybe
Eric,
at
you had
some
a point
Sammy
there.
will tell us how to pronounce it.
Eric,
So
you had a good point. It was a little bit risque, but what you could do actually is find a masseuse and actually get a massage on your back, and that might help to loosen up your muscles. Also, stretching. Try to do stretches, like pre-exercise type workout stretches. That might help.
That's interesting.
Some lovely
That's
hot
interesting.
stones on the bottom of it. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
Well, like
Yes.
Eric was saying, get some hot stones, like put them near the coals and just get them red hot, and then. No, that was a water bottle.
Well-
Never mind.
Well, Mick Jagger, I don't think she wants to go to bed with Mick Jagger, does she? No, sorry.
Bloody hell.
No, too.
Now,
I wouldn't wanna do that.
now we got here. All we talking about viruses or bacteria. I don't know.
Well,
just mentioned
microbes. Just say microbes. That covers anything you might have.
Microbes. That's it.
Yeah.
Now someone's put here. I am a dome. Are you really? I'm sorry. I am in dome. I'm in dome. Says chlorine dioxide. What the bloody hell's that?
Is that basically bleach? Is that bleach?
Oh my God!
Well,
this
I
is
don't know.
it's like Trump. This is like
Is it?
2020. Fucking
Oh.
sorry, effing all over again.
Oh, well, I was swear it's 30 minutes.
Remember, we're actually
Yes,
on
30 minutes.
American. We're going out to America, and it's midday there, and it's a family show. So we've got to be a little careful with the. Yes.
Yeah, stop swearing.
I mean, to be fair to you, that's deserved. Usually I'm the one that swears a lot.
Sorry. Yeah, so the whole chlorine dioxide, I mean, it is amazing. It is kind of a master healer. But I'm not sure it's going to potentially do your lower back pain. But if you have got something sort of virus, bacteria, microbe like, then it would kill everything.
I want to step in here. I know of something that might help you, and it's a bit unorthodox. Get a book by John W. Armstrong, and it's called Water of Life. And it's about urine therapy, but this isn't like, I mean, it talks about drinking urine, but there's also topical uses of urine for inflammation, where you would use what's called
I've heard that.
a
Yes.
urine pack. I'm serious. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm serious. You can actually. Apparently, it's very good to rub on in your skin, and it doesn't smell.
and especially aged urine. Now that might sound a little funky, but
No, right.
Aged urine has more of a. Okay, go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask you about this because this is the bit when I looked into this. I'm thinking, well, hang on a minute. Surely, I mean, first of all, isn't it supposed to be a waste product? Secondly, some of the people that I looked into that were saying about urine therapy were saying that the first one of the morning, and yet that's the stinkiest one, right? So that's going to be, and to me, that doesn't make much sense. Isn't that like your body trying to expel the toxins and things like that? So I don't know. What if? Yeah, sorry to interrupt there, Patrick, but this is
It's all right.
an interesting.
It's good questions. You know, there's a lot of misgivings about it because it's not studied. It's not something you hear about on the news. You don't hear about it because you can't make money off of it, for one thing.
We would love you to have an expert on about this.
Pun intended, by the way. We would.
Yes,
We.
Well, try finding one. I've known about it since
that would be great.
2017.
A wee expert. Yeah.
Yeah, I just what I would say about it being a waste product. For one thing, if you look into what amniotic fluid is that a baby grows up in the mother's womb, it's basically urine. And when you're dealing with urine, it's an excess more than it is a waste product. The excess meaning your kidneys regulate the amount of blood that you have in your body at any given time. And if you have too much blood, it expels that blood through the kidneys into the bladder and then out. Usually it's an indicator of, the amount of blood flow that you have, and also the as far as like taste and digestion has a lot to do with that. And that's why like the first urine in the morning, it has the most nutrients because your body's been digesting your food all night and it's rest at a state of rest. And that's one of the reasons that it's got more potency, so to speak. I guess it all depends though about what you eat and how much blood or how much liquids you've consumed or not consumed can have an effect on that.
That's fascinating.
Just one of the people, it was a doctor from I can't remember her name, but one of the doctors from America said that basically there is no difference between blood and urine. It's basically the same thing because when it passes through the kidneys,
it's blood
basically
plasma.
being reverted to blood. No, I don't know if there's any truth in that.
It is true. It's your blood plasma. When you separate the red blood cells from the blood, you're left with this yellow liquid that's essentially blood without the red blood cells. And that's another reason they can tell your white blood cells.
Because it's that to me sounds scary. That's like, ooh, drinking blood. I mean,
but in the Vietnam War, if a chap got wounded, it's standard practice for the other chaps to pee on the wound because that was the only clean water they had.
And from what I've learned, that you can do a blood transfusion using urine if you're in a pinch, like in a war situation, or that sort of thing.
But that's the thing. So if you injure yourself, you pee on it to clean the wound up and
externally. Externally is what we're talking about.
Yes.
And also for healing cuts and that sort of thing. I've done that. Being a butcher, I've cut myself during the learning process, and it's actually a very effective way to heal your body and from the wound. And then inflammation, like rashes. I know a lot of people who've said that they've heard that if you get a sting from a jellyfish at the beach, to use urine and cure that. I've heard other people say that it's also if you have anaphylactic shock from a bee sting, if you're allergic to bees, to drink urine and hold it near the thyroid, because your thyroid can then measure the amount of poison that's been put into the blood through the bee sting or even a snake bite or poisonous animal type bite, where you can actually get rid of the venom and your body creates an anti-venom as a consequence of that.
I've heard this about Aborigines. Apparently, if they got bitten by a snake, they'd use urine to take the venom away.
Yeah, well, I get that book.
I've heard that.
Get that book, Water of Life by John W. Armstrong. He was a Brit, and it was done just as the cancer law came into effect in your country, I think
1939, yeah. Really? Now, Valley School says Veritas Vincent shared a SHT tone of my FB posts. Weirdo.
Well, it must have been good to be shared, though.
Yeah. Oh well.
Unless he is a weirdo, in which case.
You never know. Cranial reflexologist. Oh, and the word I was looking for, thanks, Truth Over Lies, thanks, mate, was philanthropists. They always say these people are philanthropists. I think yes.
What's a philanderer?
A philanderer is someone who mucks around with naughty ladies, isn't it? A philanderer.
Isn't it somebody who just
philandering philanthropist?
He knows what it is.
Yes. But
it's see, to me, when they call themselves philanthropists, that's just, to me, it's like the ultimate inversion, isn't it? It's like they care about people, and yet they're the people who are causing us the most grief societally that refer to themselves as philanthropists. Because philanthropy means a love of people, and yet their behaviors and actions would suggest that the opposite is the case.
Yeah, it's kind of like someone who loves the attention given by their giving charity. It's like they want to draw attention to other people to get praise from them.
Look at me, I'm marvellous. I can't stand it when you see these smug, evil gits saying, "Oh, look, I'm raising money for charity," and you see the most evil bastards. They don't put their own hand in their own pocket. Oh no, they get other people to put their hand in their pocket. They raise money.
what my fiance Nathan got me for Valentine's Day.
Among other things, there was many presents.
So it's a magazine about psychopaths.
Excellent,
Psychopath.
excellent choice.
That's what you.
It's very romantic.
Show
That
you in a minute.
Yeah.
It's very
Yes.
much
Hint, hint.
very red,
yes,
which is lovely. That's romantic, isn't it? That's
it's very
colour.
romantic. A book on
And there was a
psychopaths.
lovely philanthropist in there.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Dorothea. What was her surname?
Oh, something. This was a Spanish name. Do you want me to go and grab the magazine?
No, we'll get it in a minute.
Right.
And she was a philanthropist. She was a lovely little old lady, and she had a hostel, and she used to take in people recommended to her by social services, she died in prison recently after they dug up her back garden and found 7 bodies.
It was 13, 7 that they could pin on her, though, wasn't
So,
it?
no,
Something
3
like
that they could pin on her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who dug the graves, though? So this is the question that we both asked. Was like, well, a little old lady. How do you?
Well,
dig a grave
she's got
and then-
nothing on Bill Gates.
No, she hasn't.
No.
And-
But she,
Well,
but
to be
she
fair,
did-
he's not trying to hide the bodies under the ground, is he?
But she was a philanthropist apparently all around her little town, and she used to run bar tabs for important people in political circles.
How lovely. What nationality was she?
Yeah.
Was she a Brit or was she American or?
She was American.
Yeah.
Oh dear. But by the way, Alice Gorgeous says, Sue Sparkle, a good way to support your back is to strengthen your stomach muscles. Get well soon.
Yup,
And,
diet. Diet.
Yes.
Do you know what? I think I've had this discussion with Paul on here before, because he mentioned he had a hernia, and I've got a bit of a hernia as well. It's not very nice, but anyway, it's not causing me any grief or any pain or anything. And when I discussed hernias, they said do sit-ups, and I was like, well, isn't that just going to push it out even more? Isn't it going to be
This is a
more
stomach one.
painful? Isn't it going to cause
this is
more
a stomach
damage?
one.
Do you know what? Yeah. Well, I think that's the one that Paul's got, isn't it? But
Yeah.
anyway, I did sit-ups thinking it was going to make it like a ton worse. But what I found is that exactly as the person who told me to do it, it strengthens the abdomen walls, which actually makes it better. And so it has improved it. Ironically, that's a lovely Valentine's card. What are you on about?
Deadliest
Isn't it?
psychopaths. What a lovely thing to give to someone.
I
It's red and
know.
white like a Valentine's card, isn't it?
Dorothea Puente. What
Isn't
a
that
lovely
nice?
lady.
Yes. I
Death
actually
House landlady.
yes. I years ago I gave a girlfriend, now an ex-girlfriend, a set of socket spanners for Valentine's Day cards which I thought was very nice, but she didn't have any use for them, so I kindly took them off of them. I said, well, I'll have them, don't worry. Isn't that kind of me? That's philanthropy, isn't it? Buying a girlfriend a set of socket spanners, just no, I'm joking. Hence the strange gash that's still on my head, Now,
was it direct or from a distance?
from a
When she threw it at
distance, very
From a
good,
distance.
very good
Okay.
aiming. Yes. Oh, that's that's a 12mm spanner. It's just the one I needed for my car. Feverfew for inflammation, migraines.
Anything for that?
Now,
Migraine.
with migraines, apparently, this is what I was told. Okay, I'm not a doctor. I'm not qualified, but all I'm saying is what I was told is if you've got a migraine, write down for a month everything you eat, and then one side of a piece of paper, and then the other side, and put the time that you ate it, and then put the time the migraine came on. The other side.
Good idea.
And in a month, you'll notice there's a food that you're eating which is causing the migraine.
Cheese.
So if
keep
you
a
notice that,
diary.
say that's right, like a diary, and that's a good idea, Patrick. So you look back, and then you'll have all that data, and you think, hang on, I had cheese then, I got a migraine then, I
No.
had cheese then, or it could be bacon, it could be tomatoes, it could be anything, but that's it. And now Matilda said, Feverfew gave me lucid dreams. And now to help me out, everybody, I've got to look down a chat. If you could put any questions you got to Holly in capitals, it would be a great help. So if you
Not
could,
to
I'd be most
Holly.
grateful.
Yes, to all. Yeah,
Not
just,
to-
yeah. I want
Or to
to
anybody.
see how good you are. So I mean,
Now,
you're doing a lot
Alice-
of stuff. So no, seriously,
Alice
that's why you're on
Gorgeous. Well, no, it's all right. Look, you're with friends here. We're having a friendly chat like in the pub. Okay.
You
And
could also put AMA, ask me anything.
yeah,
type
ask me
of
anything.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
that's it.
can't ask me anything.
Well, hang
You
on,
have to ask me
Blu-ray
nice things.
said I got rid of migraines by taking magnesium, but there's all different types of magnesium. This is where Miles would come in, because there's some magnesium that sends you off to sleep. There's some magnesium that doesn't. So you've got to be a bit careful, you know.
Miles said a brilliant thing about migraines. So I would go with the feverfew. So personally, I've got a feverfew plant outside,
Mhm.
and so the idea is that you eat one feverfew leaf every day, and after a couple of months the migraines go, which is very slow, but it's pretty much the only thing that has been found to be effective for proper migraines. Unless, of course, as you say, you can get to the actual root cause of the migraines. But he said one of the B vitamins, and obviously, and I thought that was absolutely amazing. And I
B-vits.
was like, oh my God, that is genius. And I failed to remember which B vitamin. But
I
Miles
can't
says
remember.
one of the B vitamins.
Well, Themin, I think you mentioned Themin, wasn't it?
Well, I sent him a link to the studio. I don't know whether he's coming on or not, but if he does, it'd be great because he'd be able to. I don't know what B vitamin he said, but if you take, we was talking about urine earlier. If you take Udo's oil, and I think where you are, Patrick, you probably get it cheaper because it's from Canada.
What is it?
Udo's oil.
Udo's oil.
Yeah, UDO. Udo's oil, which I take. It turns your wee wee a kind of technicolor. Look, sort of bright yellow, yes, and you know, if you're sort of peeing in one of these gentlemen's urinals, the one with the gully that goes along, you might get a few strange looks because you've got this technicolor wee wee, but there's nothing to worry about. It's perfectly okay. And also,
You want to know some interesting tidbit about urine? That if you've ever been to a festival and you have those porta potties
yes,
that you have that have the separated urinal. I found
Yes.
out about this in a documentary about urine therapy, that there's what they do is they have a certain filter that they run between the pipe that goes from the urinal to the tank,
Mhm.
and they collect a protein that's in the urine, and it's called urokinase, and they sell it to the medical industry, and it's expensive. They make lots of money off of this
Really?
urokinase drug because it's the only drug approved to give someone during a stroke, and they also give it to heart attack victims of people having heart
Really?
attacks.
I didn't know.
Just look it up sometime. It's called urokinase, and it comes
Urokinase.
from urine.
Well, I know that you can actually use urine as a liquid fertilizer. Seriously.
Yeah, ammonia.
But
I would see when you age it, it becomes an ammonia-like substance, and
That's
that's
right.
what they do to make it. And like gunpowder, is how they used to do it. They'd have a large manure heap, and have like saltpeter and all this kind of stuff that is
That's it.
nitrate type stuff because it's nitrate. It's niter. It comes from
And people
urine.
used to urinate. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you then. Sorry,
No,
Patrick.
it's okay.
People used to urinate on their floors, seriously, during
Yeah.
the British or the English Civil War. And the government's inspectors would come round digging up people's floors to get the saltpeter to make gunpowder. That's true.
Well, you know, if you've heard of the finish for wood called urethane or polyurethane.
Polyurethane, yes.
Urethane. It's also another ammonia type product.
Really?
So, yeah,
But
I've studied this. It's fascinating when you think of it.
With plants, if you don't put neat urine on, I can't remember the dilution rate. I think it's 10 or 20%. You only put 10 or 20%.
40 to 1 is usually good.
Is that
rate.
41? But I found out a problem with it. Do not water plants near your house because flies are attracted to it like they're going out of fashion. And I had swarms of flies when I watered my roses with it coming in my house in the summer. So don't water it anywhere near your house because you'll be packed out with flies. Yes.
Okay, then this is a weird question. Was it fresh or aged?
Fresh.
Fresh. Okay, well, fresh will do that.
Yes.
Aged won't. It kind of it concentrates as time goes on. It's strange how it works.
By the way, if you put something in chat, Nathan, only Patrick and I and yourself can see it.
Yeah, no,
You have to
seen
open another screen.
yeah,
you have to
Yeah,
open
just
another
butt in
screen.
and tell us. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
hold on, I'll copy it and I'll stick it in YouTube.
Now,
Oh, hang
Jolly
on,
Man
promoting
said,
Well, shall I just?
Yeah, I mean, you can do. I'll just stick
yeah,
it down.
Jolly Man said,
Oh,
yes,
thanks, Dan.
migraines can be allergy. Optical migraines are pressure. Feverfew actually works. Not some capsules, just a scam. Use the plant leaves, just eat them. So simple. Thank you, Jolly Man. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks,
Now,
Alice. We put that in
now
capitals. Thanks.
Sue Sparkle's got a back pain problem. I don't know how bad it is, but some people end up opting in for surgery.
Oh,
Be
dear.
very careful.
Oh,
I know
yes.
people who've had surgery on their spine and it's gone wrong. Be very careful.
Also, I
if
mean, I
if
got
you're
this
doing
wonky
that.
finger. Here it is, me wonky, and you notice it's getting better. And it's getting better because I use a splint on it, and I'm taking what do you call it?
Oh, that one, the broken one.
Yeah,
Oh.
you need
I broke that. I broke that on a sock. I was quite proud of that. But it's
Really?
been broken for about 30 years.
Oh, there you go. Will that work for his, Eric?
Yes, it's
What is it? Like,
hang on a moment. Hang on. It
Not
comes
the
from
pineapple.
pineapples, and
Pineapple
it's
juice.
called but no, it's not pineapple juice. No, it's far
Bromelain.
stronger. Bromelain. Thank you so much for that, Holly. I take stuff that I get from Miles. Bromelain. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, but
And
bloody
you
hell.
love pineapples, don't you?
It's my favourite
Yeah, but
fruit.
apparently you get bugger all. You'd have to eat about 20 or 30 of them to get bromelain.
I think
that
you
you
could
get
enjoy
I
eating
was going to
20
say
or
that's not an
30.
issue.
And
I like pineapple.
Kota. See, I'm an amateur. I don't know. Got to Koto. Oh, I can't remember the bleeding name. But that's something that Miles prescribes, and it's bloody good. But I've noticed with this splint, it is helping. You notice it's not as bad as it was. It's getting better.
I'm going to splint that.
Did you have
See, it's
surgery?
not as bad. No.
Did you have any sort of surgery?
I will
No.
not have surgery, and the reason I don't trust the NHS as far as I could throw them.
Right.
I
Keep as
can't
far
imagine
away
why,
from them.
Chris.
And
I
that's
just
it,
I just
you know.
want because I really feel bad for people who have surgery and it goes
Yes.
wrong.
I
Always
keep away
get
from modern medicine. Keep
well,
far
I
away
know
from it.
that, but not everybody follows that
Yes.
advice. Unfortunately, always get a second, a third, a fourth opinion.
Yeah.
You know, and don't worry about money, because the problem is people worry about money too much and they don't get their problems checked out like they should. And go to the alternative doctors and see what they have to say.
Well,
Because
we were discussing this in preparation for Paul's show on Thursday.
It's
Is that Thursday?
Thursday night, yeah.
And talking about it's really difficult because in Britain we have the NHS. People have just got used to medicine is free and advice is free, and so it's really hard to get people to even pay. We used to have a health hub in Coventry, and we had an alternative. We had like a kind of a big communal medicine chest, and the tinctures there were £3 each for a donation, and people could just pick them up, and people wouldn't pay £3 for a tincture, and they certainly wouldn't pay for some advice, because the idea is, well,
Yeah.
it's twofold. We were talking about it. It's twofold. People are both, who are you? What are your qualifications? You're not a doctor, so what do you know? I mean, the good thing is with Miles is that he is actually he's basically with the medical herbalism.
He's fully
done that
qualified,
doctor's course.
and he lectures.
he-
He lectures in universities. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over
Yeah.
you there, but
I didn't
I'm
realise
sorry,
that's
Holly.
what-
That's rude of me. Sorry.
So in a way, hopefully, medical herbalists get around that, because not only do they have to learn how the body works, but they have to learn about all diseases, and they actually have to learn how to cure them, and they have to learn about all the plants and all the mushrooms, and then they have to learn all the drug interactions so that they can titrate you off one set of medicines and onto the herbal original. So for example, you would say be titrating someone off aspirin and onto either willow or meadowsweet, which is where we get aspirin from. That, you've got things like Tamiflu, but Tamiflu comes from star anise. So if you're just taking star anise instead, rather than take snake venom for your heart problems
Synthetic.
instead, or seasonal toxins instead, if you take hawthorn, it will regrow a lot of your heart if you're taking chili, things like beetroot. But what they're really amazing at is knowing those drug interactions and being able to say this will interact with this medicine and this won't, and like here's how you drop down this, and here's how, and it's probably £100 for a consultation. But then the medicine is very, very cheap, but you do have to pay for the medicine. But people just aren't people. There's for a start, there's the what do you know? You don't have a white coat. And then there's also the opposite of that, which is that I feel humiliated. I feel like you have power over me. I feel like you're patronizing me, and so therefore I won't take your advice. Who are you? Who are you to tell? And so you get it both sides. People won't listen to you
Ignorance
because
is the
they say you're
problem.
not qualified, and they
Yeah.
won't listen to you because they feel like
You're condescending or
yeah, you're
so-
condescending.
yeah.
By saying,
You
"Oh,
can't win.
have you thought about this?"
But the thing is, though, that I think ignorance is the big problem, because people have been brainwashed into this idea that this marvelous pharmaceutical stuff is marvelous.
Mhm.
But I just asked the question, if it's so marvelous, why is there repeat prescriptions? Because surely you'd take it for a couple of days and bingo, you're well, But thanks a million, Envro 4000 or Paul. Gotu Cola was the word I was looking for. Gotu, GOTUKOLA. You get that in, that's reasonably priced.
South
And,
America, I think.
Yes,
Not our medicine.
yes, not you can get it. Miles sells it. You see, you get it in tablet form. No, capsule form. Sorry, and it's very, very good. I take Gotu Cola with bromelain, and this is what is doing. Taking its time, but it is starting to go backwards. But you see, the thing is that what people don't realise with the NHS, they don't know the full percentage, but they reckon the high percentage of people have actually purchased their qualifications. They've not qualified.
Sorry, they've
They've
say that
purchased
last
their-
bit again,
you-
mate.
But a lot of people in the NHS have purchased their qualifications, which you can in the third world
Mhm.
and this country
Yeah.
purchase your qualifications. It's not difficult.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Are you looking for that?
Now,
Sorry, Eric. Before
Yeah.
you move on, can I just say something on that as well? You said about repeat prescriptions being like issued
Mhm.
when it's supposed to be like a short-term solution, and
Yes.
then the doctors just decide to keep you on it. So I'm a victim of that. It sounds like I'm not a victim in the sense of I'm a victim, help me, but it's some of the stuff that I was put on over the years. It should have been like a 3 to 6 month treatment, and then it should have been withdrawn, right? But I'm still now getting repeat prescriptions. All I have to do is tick a box, and I can get everything that's on that repeat prescription that theoretically should never have been prescribed to me after a 6-month period. And some of it, it should have been withdrawn, because otherwise the long-term consequences of not coming off it are like, I mean, there's a lot of problems with some of them. But I don't know whether I've mentioned it before, but pregabalin, once you're hooked onto that and it gets into your nervous system, getting off it is an absolute nightmare. And that's just one of them. I mean, if I wanted to, I guess I could make an absolute fortune from what I could tick on my prescription boxes. I don't get most of it anymore, but I choose not to. So, but equally, what does that tell you about the care of the NHS and your GP? Because if they were caring, if they really cared about your health, your long-term health and your recovery and things like that, surely they would keep checking up on you for that, instead of asking you to go in for repeat, I don't know, asthma checks, diabetes checks, blood pressure checks, all of the stuff that they harass you to go in for, so they can prescribe things like, oh no, I forget the bloody word for it. What did they give you for blood pressure? What's the
Beta blockers.
Statins.
no
Statins.
statins? Yeah,
Woo!
statins.
Statins.
Yeah, stuff like that. And
Mm.
to me, it's just more proof that they don't care. The only thing they care about is getting their paycheck off the pharmaceutical industry. Yeah, exactly.
And it's
that.
a nightmare with statins,
Mm.
because you talk to someone and they talk about their huge joint pain,
Hmm.
and then you ask them what medication they're on, and they say they're on statins, and you ask them when their joint pain started, and it's normally a month after they went on statins. But to try and get someone to join up those dots and be prepared to try coming off their statins, you can't do it. So they end up on more and more and more medication.
Well, that's it. And what annoys me is when they sort of look down on our ancestors, saying, "Oh, they used to, I don't know, stick a pebble up their nose to cure this and cure that." Well, they weren't that primitive, because if they were that primitive, we wouldn't be here. And they
Exactly. Well, this
found
is
a body. What I was going to say, they found. You remember that chap they found on the Alps?
with his skull. Is
Well,
that what you're going for?
no, because no, it's chap on the Alps. I think he died of exposure, and they found tattoos on him, and they discovered that the doctors, he'd actually had acupuncture, and the doctors tattooed what he actually had wrong with him. So if he went to another doctor, they could read that and they know what's wrong. And that was years ago. But
well, can I just add a few things there as well? So one of the things that we were talking about again in this conversation for Paul's show the other day was that if natural herbal medicines are that ineffective, then how the hell have we survived so long as a species? Because you can't really go through like prehistoric times and like ancient times and medieval times and all of that, even all the way up to the Industrial Revolution, where we relied on like natural herbal remedies. They can't be that ineffective. So to me, again, just to repeat what I said the other day, to me, as far as I'm concerned, it was a hostile takeover. This is what part of the witch hunts were about, I think, is to remove that knowledge from circulation, so that they could replace it. Just that. So can I just point a few comments that I've just come across here, which are really good. There's one here that's from Mark Anthony. It says, "Big Pharma creates customers, not cures." Bang on. There's one above that.
I can actually put him up there. I can't. Where are we? Mark
Anthony. There's one above that as well. Brent, I think I'm saying it right. Brent Broling. Sorry, that's a small writing on the screen. No,
Manuka honey from New Zealand.
Yeah, right, that one as well. So Manuka honey, I've seen how effective that is for cuts and wounds and things like that. I mean, that one I had to see for myself to believe it, and that is ridiculously effective. I mean, again, I'm skeptical by nature, and I've seen this in person treat something, and I was blown away by it. I mean, genuinely, I was like, no way has that just treated that. Anyway, that's effective. There was another one about statins. I think it was from Paul here. So from Enviro 4000, statins remove cholesterol, which is an interesting one. Which then links to dementia because the brain needs cholesterol. Yeah, exactly.
You get it from eggs. So I believe the only vitamin that eggs don't have is vitamin C. I think they're deficient in that because apes, humans, guinea pigs, and a couple of others that I can't remember. Oh, fruit bats, and there's another animal.
Yeah,
we can't produce our own vitamin C. We have to get it from the food that we eat, and that's where meat eaters. They get it from meat, but you can,
it's cure for scurvy as well, isn't it? They found this out on the ships because they didn't have the lemons and citrus fruits, and obviously then they got scurvy and.
Well, that's it. But all they had was it now hardtack, which is I was going to say blue tack, but hardtack, which was wheat based. They could have had blue tack as well. You never know. And all that was wheat.
It's a recommended once a day thing.
That's right.
Just take one pack a day.
And they couldn't understand. Yeah, they just got a bit stuck up with it. Sorry. And they couldn't understand for 300 years. Sorry. For 300 years, they knew there was a cure, and people that came up with the cure said, "Oh, they're cranks," but they couldn't understand why senior ranks, officers, and captains didn't go down with scurvy, but the ordinary ranks did. Yeah. And it's because the senior ranks ate meat, and the lower ranks
didn't. Funny, though, isn't it? Yeah,
that's it.
So that was meat as well, right? So, because again, without going down the vegetarian route, I don't want to derail it by going down that. Maybe a little bit later, but I don't know. Holly, you're supposed to be today's special guest. I'm going to shut up
now. We've got Ricardo Blake TV. Says sometimes pink Himalayan salt and warm water with lemon juice helps with really bad migraines. Do it all the time. It is great for me. You could also try
Amazing.
that's good. Well, as long as you're getting cured, mate, that's all that matters. Holly, what is good for verrucas?
Well, so lots and lots of things are good for verrucas. The the question is, so has anyone been to Earth Clinic? So Earth Clinic, I think it's .com, is the most amazing website. It's sort of uh people contribute to it. So occasionally you'll get people like Miles, you'll get herbalists and people like that. But it's mostly just you and me going onto it and saying, I use this, it was amazing. And so if you go on there and put in verrucas, you will get a whole load of amazing batshit crazy. Sorry, something crazy, bat crap crazy. Cures.
You don't say bats these days. Everyone will think it's grown in a lab and it's a massive pandemic emergency. Anyway,
But so I have used, so I've used tea tree oil and oregano oil, and I found those absolutely amazing. Because they're hot oils and they kill everything. They're antimicrobial, antibacterial, if you believe antiviral. But the difficulty is that you have to get them to the verruca. So ideally you want to sort of dig away all the skin that's formed over the top.
Is that like the hard skin?
all the hard skin that's covered. But there are lots of other. So I've heard of people using garlic instead, putting garlic on. I've heard of people using colloidal silver. So colloidal silver is amazing. I've heard of one of the most amazing ones that I've come across is you get an organic banana peel and you duct tape it to your foot, and then a couple of days later your verruca supposedly is cured. There's quite a lot of stuff with castor oil, apple cider vinegar, coconut oil, all the things that all the amazing things that kill everything. But that website, if you want a
could you please give it again? I'll write it down. So because people always generally email me saying, what was that website? Could you give it again, please, Holly? I'm sorry, I didn't write it down.
So earthclinic.com.
Earth Clinic.
Separate the .com because otherwise YouTube won't post it as a link. So I've put it in the chat. I've removed the dot from the clinic bit because otherwise YouTube removes it.
I understand. Now going down here, we got lots of questions. Pink Planet said people always have money for clothes, tattoos, etc. Most people had their brains taken out.
I'm inclined to just say what's money at this point. But
right.
Can I just ask a question? It might sound a bit daft. So you just mentioned there about the verrucas and the banana peel. Has that got something to do with potassium? Because is that maybe something to do with the what the verruca? And I don't know how that works. So
what about heel spur? I mean, I've had heel spur problems. That's like it feels like something. It's like something at the bottom of your heel. And it sort of hits a nerve, and that comes and goes with me, and I don't know what it is. It just goes after a while. I had it last week, and it just sort of went. But I did have it for a long time. And I found out what it was. I was wearing. This was a couple of years ago when I had it. It was these awful sandals that I wore, and I went for a long walk with these sandals, and that did dip my heels in. But then I looked on the internet. I saw these chaps who massage. Show you how to massage. I massaged my heel and it was all right after that. Now, Brent Browling said, is it true that Brits lost their sense of humour because Mr. Bean stole it? Yeah, I can't stand Mr. Bean. I don't find him funny at all.
Yeah, do you know what? I found that creepy. So I watched him obviously when I was a kid, but now Blackadder I can watch it over and over again. But Mr. Bean, I don't know, it gave me this really weird feeling inside. I can't really.
It's creepy. It is creepy. I don't like it.
I thought it was a bit creepy as well. It's just Anyway,
and also, what's that other one now? Last of the Summer Wine. I couldn't stand. I just didn't do anything for me. Northern sort of. I don't know. It's I don't know. It's just.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people from up north who couldn't stand it either. I said northern humour. It's a peculiar humour. And Australians, I worked with a group of Australians. They had it in Australia, and they said they felt it was awful taking the mickey out of elderly men, which another way of looking at it. Anyway, offer someone. Alice Gould says, offer someone a herbal remedy, and they become researchers. It's bonkers. Yes. Now
I suppose that's good though, isn't it? If they're starting to research, that's all I'm after. All I'm after is that they have a look and stop accepting
well
truth from somebody else.
My neighbour asked me, because I don't believe in giving advice because I'm not qualified to give advice. But what I do, I say, well, look, this is what I do, and choose for yourself. Do your own research. And I'm not saying what I do is correct or incorrect, but I think we've all got the best doctors in the world ourselves, because we know ourselves better than anything else. And we should actually take responsibility for our own health, and just and sort of look on any doctor and as advice. You just look at it, that sounds logical, that sounds good, that sounds bad. Now, and as Alice Gould just says, was it? Only help people who come to you. Now, we read that out earlier, didn't we, about Mark Antony? Big Pharma creates customers, not cures. Spot on, mate. Now, where are we? Here we go. Embryo, spot on. Embryo 4000. If they cared about patients in the first place, they would ask questions about your health, not just issue a prescription. Yes. And I remember when I took my parents down the quacks years ago when they were alive, there was a notice on the doctor's door, only one ailment. So you're only allowed to ask him about one ailment. Cuckoo. And what was it that Joel Wallach said? Dr. Joel Wallach, you can look him up. Dead Doctors Don't Lie, did a fantastic speech called Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And he said that the doctors that self-prescribe, the average age is 58 when they die. So conventional doctors don't live very long.
By self,
well, I mean, isn't that counterintuitive under the circumstances?
Yeah, self-prescribe. Yeah,
it is counterintuitive, isn't it?
Yes. Now I don't.
Sorry, Paul. What were you saying, mate?
Sorry, mate. Yeah.
Okay.
I was just commenting, saying that the doctors who self-prescribe their own and take their own medicine are the ones that die early in the allopathic system, is what you're basically saying.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention something.
Certainly.
Dr. you were talking about statins earlier. There's a book that Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride wrote called Put Your Heart in Your Mouth. What really is heart disease and what we can do to prevent and even reverse it. That's well worth getting as a book.
Oh, that's an interesting one. That is a very good one. And when you look at the amount of people that after that, how's your father, that are dropping down with was it turbo cancer, it's generally heart problems and blood pressure. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure what this has got to do with your health, but it might be mental health. Trump refuses to go to war with Iran, and the Epstein files are finally released. Who's orchestrating this theater? That's a good point.
Well,
yes.
I mean, some of the stuff that's coming out about that, I know it's going off topic, so I won't make too much of a deal of it. But some of the stuff that I'm being told about this from Bowler Hat Farmers, especially told me a few things yesterday, and it was just like, wow. But then you've got to consider that what they're not telling you is probably the bits that we really need to be aware of with those files, because 90% of what's been released has been redacted. Now, to me, if a case like this it's high profile and affects the public to that amount, then none of it should be redacted as far as I'm concerned. Why are they still covering up for the elites? Because that's the most concerning part. It's not the bits that we're finding out that's concerning me. It's the bits that we're not finding out.
Well, that's how they get them to go to war.
We've got a right to know.
They get them to go to war. They blackmail, bully, bribe, banish, and bury the 5 Bs.
And something that was mentioned on the Paul English show last Thursday. It's really. It might have been when we was off air. I'm not sure. Might have been on air. Could those in the elites be the descendants of the Nephilim? Who now it makes you think
the spirit
because
of the Nephilim.
yeah.
The
Well, you look
idea
at
of
Rothschild's the cone. Look at the back of Rothschild's head. It's conical.
it.
Look
Yeah.
at Prince Edward. Conical.
Have you seen the cartoon The Simpsons? The Tracy Ullman the
No,
Simpsons. There's
it's
Mr. Burns. He looks just like Jacob Rothschild.
I think
Well,
I think
that's
genuinely,
good
mate,
point.
he was supposed to be modelled on Rothschild, wasn't it? On Jacob Rothschild,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he was supposed to be like this,
That's all.
evil psychopath that
Yeah.
ran things from the like the power plant and things like that. So yeah, there's a lot.
But
lot of
I'm
crossover.
serious though. Could these bastards be the defendants? Everything now is complicated. Everything you do is complicated. Bureaucracy everywhere. And now Mark Mantis 41 says, I remember years ago on the old BBC Christmas lectures, some science boffin, started talking statins and was saying they cut down the risk of dementia. Funny that,
No,
isn't it?
they create
Mm.
dementia.
They create it. Yes, that's right. Yes.
I heard some brilliant stuff on the BBC lately. I was accidentally listening to the radio because my new car only
Accidentally.
has a tape player and I don't have any tapes. So I was flicking through the stations and I got stuck on Radio 4.
I get the sympathy card.
And they hooked me in because they said, oh, we found something that can regrow tooth enamel. It was Inside Health, and I was like, ooh, that I care about. Is it xylitol? What are they? Anyway, it wasn't anything. But they took me through why masks are marvelous. So trying to bring back masks. So that was great.
Was it a comedy show?
It was hilarious. But the best one was a retrospective study that had been done, which was claiming that so they'd looked at the people who died of cancer, and they'd found that that more people that died of cancer hadn't had the needlework.
The thingy, Bob, yeah.
Than people who did die of cancer. And then they'd done some stuff with petri dishes and killed some animals in the lab, and were trying to say, should we be taking an mRNA jab to help our risk of developing cancer with a K? And it was some fancy footwork. It really was to try and convince people of this notion.
It's basically they're twisting narratives and missing large bits of the narrative out, so that the bit that they live in sounds like it's good researched information that's what do they say, safe and effective. I think I'll ignore that.
Can you imagine if they needed kamikaze pilots to, in a future war, how they would advertise it? They'd say, yes, you think about it, it's good for your health because you fly with an open cockpit, free training. They won't say it's a one-way journey.
Plenty of oxygen on the way down.
Plenty of oxygen, that's correct, yes. Free funeral expenses.
Yes. Dopamine, endorphins.
Yeah.
That's right. It's also environmentally friendly because you splattered all over the aircraft carrier. And you think about it. Yes, they'd have a sort of picture of someone looking skull. Today's kamikaze.
Use some hyperbole. You only live once.
Put this on your bucket list. The last bit. But they would.
About what you're saying. Yeah, do you want to know the worst part about that?
Yeah.
People would fucking buy. Oh, gone and done it.
Oh, yeah.
Stop swearing, Holly. Stop. People would buy into. They'd buy into it. They'd sign up. They'd be like, oh well, yeah, but it says on the advert, right, that if I do that, and that, right, and I know it might end up in my inevitable splattering all over the enemy. But however, the BBC said, and therefore it must be true.
You know the good thing.
Yes.
is
Not
that
swearing.
I don't think so. Amazing Survival Steve wants to come on as well. I think the brilliant thing about the Americans, where it's like midday at the moment, is that they will not be able to understand you or Steve enough to know that you have sworn.
So you have figured out
Yes.
what
It's
it is.
perfect, isn't
No,
it?
so you're a
You know, you was
Northernist.
talking about chickens clucking. That's what you was
Yes,
talking
that's
about.
it.
Yes.
No.
Now, Mark Anthony says spot on. My mother has been on a certain drug for years, and it's destroyed her health. I've been trying to get her off them, but she won't go against her doctor's orders. It's so frustrating. Yes.
Yeah, the good little boys and girls.
Something that might be worth knowing is that St. John's wort
Yes. I'll take that.
is so you have to be really careful with it because it escorts medicines out of your system really quickly.
Does it?
So, for example, if you're on the contraceptive pill, if you are on the contraceptive pill, please look into it. There are alternatives. But so that's a potential difficulty. But for example, if you did want to give someone something that would hopefully boost their mood, improve their health,
thing,
and potentially escort medicines out of their system really quickly.
Yeah. By the way, excuse me butting in. Steve, yeah, you're welcome on, mate. Come in the studio. Open house.
It's all right, Steve. Come and join us, mate.
there.
Apparently they don't understand us anyway.
I can't
so
see
we're
him.
all right.
I can't see him.
Sorry,
Is
what
he
did you
there?
say?
Are you there, mate?
He was on mute.
Oh, is he? Oh, I'm
Can you hear me?
sorry, mate. Yeah, I can hear
Yes.
you. Yes.
All right, brilliant. I haven't
Right,
come on
Steve.
because
Hello,
hello,
mate.
folks. Hi, Holly, and hi, Patrick.
Howdy.
I've been listening in. Actually, I was listening in on Thursday, and that was a fantastic show you did with Paul English.
Yeah,
So
it
you know,
was.
really impressed with that. And I'd imagine. I hope you got loads of listeners for that.
Well, we got a bumper lot in chat tonight, and this will go because remember we're going out on all different platforms, and we got to be a little bit careful with our language because it's a family show,
Yes,
and
Nathan.
I would never do this,
no, it's okay. Look, I only swear when it slips out. And someone's
I'll
talked
use that
down here
excuse.
about what's this now about Irish kamikaze part. What is it now? Somebody said Irish kamikaze pilot. I can't find it now. With 47 successful missions. So there we go.
Would not be unsuccessful missions. I mean, if it's an Irish joke, it'd be unsuccessful missions, wouldn't it?
Well, have you ever heard of Irish Alzheimer's?
No,
It's where you forget everything but your grudges.
That would also work for Yorkshire, I reckon.
Yes.
Yorkshire.
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 Was
Got
it- Yorkshiremen are very well balanced. They've got a chip on each shoulder. Sorry. But Mike Mantis says Blackadder was great. Yes, I agree. Couldn't stand
it
Mr.
was.
Bean either. Yeah, Mr. Bean, I could only tolerate.
Yeah, I
about
never got
30
into
seconds of
Mr.
that.
Bean.
Feel right about it.
Now, couldn't you
It's
get
just
it?
so weird, isn't it?
It was creepy. I
Yeah,
just
we
found
had it. They'd play it on the public channel here, PBS. I never got into it. I never understood it. It was too quiet for one. That made it creepy. He didn't talk.
No.
I mean, when he did, it was kind of like in a low, weird voice. So it's just, no, never got into it.
Did you get Blackadder in America? The one
Yeah, we
with
did. I
the
never got into that either. The Rowan
The First World War.
He's just kind of a different sort of dude. I don't.
Harry Enfield, I never really got into. Some of his stuff was funny,
Oh, I
but
like Harry Enfield. Kevin and
no, the one where did you get the First World War one? When that was very cleverly written, where they go into the commander's room, and there's this just piece of turf there, and he says, "Right, this is how we've advanced today, sir. Oh, that's marvelous. What scale is this model to? 1:1. What?" And the bloke measures it. He says, "Yes, we've advanced 6 inches today." And different things like that. I mean, how they wrote a comedy about such a terrible thing that happened It was so cleverly done. It
It was
very
sad.
clever.
It was sad at the end of that, though.
The
Do
end
you know
was
what though,
sad,
Patrick? I don't know whether if you were like me. So the first series of Blackadder was horrendous.
Oh, it's crap. It's
Like,
crap.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't. There was no point to it. And so when it gets to like the second, third, and fourth, it's just comedy masterpieces. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you have seen it, but I thought it was absolutely brilliant. But there you go.
I've only
Yeah,
seen bits of it. No.
You want to see the
I've
one about the
seen
First World War?
Probably more Monty Python than anything.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
the
Monty Python's great.
First World War one, not second. Sorry, First World War one. I think you'll like that. It's totally different to the first because Rowan Atkinson said he realised that he had to get into the part and he got it wrong at the first one, and the second one he got right into it. And
Absolutely.
that First World War one. I mean, I don't like Stephen Fry as a person, but he acted the part good, and I think he is. Where's the Major? And now, Alex School just said, Mark Andy, same with my mum. She can barely walk now. I think we're talking about Huttins. So there we go.
I think we can say that,
now-
can't we? I mean, it's.
Yes,
I mean, surely that's not bloody censored as well. What about this?
yes.
one?
Now,
So before-
Yuki Brown says,
Yeah, Chris.
yeah.
Just before you read that one out, sorry, I want to come back to that because I'm sure like she's got
Certainly.
something for that. I know, but do you want? Sorry, I'm looking at what you've pulled up here. Do you want to read that out? What you've got on the
I
screen?
don't think
Well,
it's relevant.
I do. I think it's
fungal
very
nail
relevant.
infection. No, hang on. Are we going to do that
Well,
later?
not for that necessarily.
No,
but
no.
So fungal nail infection, but before we do
scary.
dead doctors,
Mm.
which
Yes.
is what Nathan's interested in.
Steady now.
So fungal nail infection is almost exactly the same remedies as we were talking about verrucas and warts earlier.
Banana skin.
It's the same. No, probably not. But things like hydrogen peroxide, things like iodine, things like hot essential oils, so hot herbs like oregano, those Mediterranean herbs, thyme, tea tree, those sort of herbs, apple cider vinegar.
Oh yes, apple cider vinegar.
And I would definitely, if you can, be getting a washing up bowl and soaking. So if you can soak your foot, so maybe soak it in apple cider vinegar one day, and perhaps put it in perhaps something like thyme tea, where you just get some thyme out the cupboard and make a tea and pop your foot in it. There was a brilliant herbalist, Massanger, who he helped everyone, but he kept getting banged up because by the authorities, and the aristocracy kept getting him out because he was such a good doctor. And then the authorities kept banging him up, and in the end he got to the stage where he wouldn't prescribe anything, so he cured everything with hand and foot baths. And he found that if you're finding the right herbs, the right remedies, and you're either soaking your hands in them, soaking your feet in them, or potentially having a bath and pouring the tea into your bath, there's very little that you can't fix.
Really, that's interesting. And also, if you use apple cider vinegar, the thing to do is pour it into when you finish with it, pour it back into the bottle, and then give that bottle to somebody you don't like.
Why?
Oh, you soaked your foot. You got fungal nail infection. I am joking.
No, but another thing you should add to the vinegar is honey. Honey and vinegar together, it super activates both ingredients as far as its antimicrobial activity.
Now, Aunt Sally said, I know someone who accidentally cured their fungal nail infection with a dollop of cheap tiger balm.
I'd like to say something
Certainly.
about the nail fungus and other things. Do look into that book, John W. Armstrong, Water of Life. Take rubber boots, fill them with urine, put your feet in there, soak them. And now it's also he talks about how he actually cured gangrene, people with gangrene that
Right.
way.
Really?
With
Because
the packs.
there was
They
a
take a gauze and soak it in aged urine and then put it on the infected part and just replace it every so often.
there
But
was,
look into that.
I will look into. There was a doctor. Who was it mentioned it? I think it was someone mentioned it. That I'm not sure if it's Iran or Iraq. One of those two. It doesn't really matter. And he was put in prison, and there was prisoners there that were ill, and the only thing he could treat them with was salt. And he found a way of treating these prisoners with salt, and they found out he was innocent, so they released him. And then he went back voluntarily on occasional days to treat prisoners with salt, and he wrote a book about it. And it was just translated into English. I don't know who the doctor
Really?
was. Yeah, and it was
And then
to do with
hence
salt.
the saying, like salt in your wound.
That's right, salt of the earth. You know. Now, oh, by the way, about Blackadder, slack bladder. That was flash. Oh, who is that? Flashard, wasn't it? Who acted the part?
Lord Flashheart.
Lord Flashard,
Flash-
yes. Hello,
yeah.
slack bladder. Yes. Now, Blackadder
Do you know?
aged
Do you know what
terribly.
though? I'm just thinking here, right? So there's Patrick's talking about urine therapy, and we're mentioning salt and herbs and spices and all these things. I mean, these are largely like really, really cheap or free in some cases, or freely available to if you know where to look, right? So again, going back to the witch hunts the other day that Paul was talking about,
Yes.
it just adds more credence to the narrative that they were wiped out because they wanted to take over the medicine industry and replace it with pharmaceuticals, because they've took something that was kept people tuned into nature. It was freely and available and cheap, if not completely free.
Mhm.
And in cases of urine therapy, again, I mean, that's something that I probably need to look into a little bit more to be absolutely convinced. I'm not convinced. Again, skeptical, not dismissive. But what better way to take all those free and available cures that keep us in healthy and fit, and it's there, isn't it?
Well,
And
you're
then to
right.
convince people that they're bad and it's part of witchcraft and it's the devil's work, and then completely invert it, subvert it, invert it, and pervert it, and now they sell it back to us at like quadruple 1,000 times the price. I mean, it's in one way, it's ingenious, isn't it? What they've done.
Well,
I'm not saying I agree with what they've done. I think it's criminal, but
that's right. But not all doctors. A lot of people that work in the health service, I have to add, believe they're doing right. And there are a lot of well-meaning people. And there's, I mean, let's face it, if you get run over by a bus, the NHS will fix you up pretty well. They're pretty good at things like that. But anything else, we got to be a little bit, choosy. But to me, women are natural healers because they bring children into the world and they mother them. A child, let's face it, humans are the most animals, they're up and running within sort of hours. But humans are one of the most helpless mammals there are when it comes to childhood. But also the reason for that Witchcraft Act was that whenever they killed, they discovered that women lived longer than men, and there's a lot of widows. And once the widow was killed, the government or the royalty got their estate. And what people don't realise is during the First and Second World War, men that came from, say, the Duchy of Cornwall, if they had no family as such, their estate would go to the Duchy of Cornwall, and it still does today. So the Witchcraft Act, it lasted for 300 years, and there's one village, there was only one woman left in it, because they'd killed all the rest of them. The government were really ripe, and royalty were coining money in like no man's business from these witches that were killed. So that's one thing. Now, Alice Gorgeous says, moving on, I was on antidepressants for 8 years. I can help you with that. Once I told the doctor if they worked, we wouldn't need a repeat prescription. I used Skullcap to get me off them. Now, again, I'm not qualified to say this, but I've found vitamin B1 has helped me. Now, I'm just saying what helps me. I'm not saying it's for other people, but vitamin B1 has helped me a lot. So that's something I've found that now I've gone over to this keto diet. I suffered from an anxiety problem, I, and I had it most of my adult life, probably when I was younger as well, and I just lived with it. But it got worse and worse and worse, and some sort. I had a post-traumatic problem as well, and I found the keto diet has worked wonders, absolute wonders with it. So
Do you want to know? Do you want to know the best thing for anxiety that I've come across? And
what's
it's
that?
not nothing herbal. It's nothing medicinal at all. It's
Mm,
exercise. I mean, like intense exercise for like
I
an hour.
agree. Yes.
Or even just going for like a walk in the woods or something like that, because you're getting back to nature, you're getting out of
Mm,
the rat race, if you like. But no, I mean, one of the reasons, I mean, I do weights, and one of the reasons is medicinal. So
yeah.
because it just makes you feel energized and focused, and it makes I just feel so much better after doing them, and it really really does help with anxiety issues.
And
So
now
Yeah,
that
I
the
agree with
weather's
you.
getting nicer, it's a lot
That's
easier.
right. And
Open the
sorry,
sunshine.
window.
not in England,
Sunshine.
it ain't, mate.
That's right. But in sunshine, even getting out into daylight is very healing as well. And
Yeah.
sunshine.
Why do
But
you think they're trying to block it out of this? I mean, this so again, without mentioning Mark too
Nephilim.
much. Well, no, it's not that. So you know when people say that sun worship's bad and there's too many, the sun
Mm,
worship's pagan and stuff like that. And my argument to that is we'll try living without it. And I think that
mm,
the parasites who are sponging off us at the minute. Oh, sorry, I mean the social engineers that have got all the money.
mm.
They are now actively trying to use the weather against us, right? And one of the biggest weapons that they're doing is cutting us off from the sun, right? Because it's got so many health benefits. Serotonin production, it's got endorphin production, makes you feel happy, makes you feel healthy, makes you want to go out into nature, makes you want to leave the house. And I mean, I've never seen anything. I mean, this year's been so bizarre because
Vitamin
at
D.
the minute. Well, yeah, but even that's synthetic a lot of the time, isn't it?
And can I just say with
Mm.
the vitamin D, just while we're on it, amazing recommendation, and we should definitely at this time of year in the UK,
Mhm.
because of the angle of the Earth and the Sun. Sorry Jolly Man, sorry to trigger you. The fake, the um
That's
uh,
fucking my that's my hang up.
don't trigger him. Don't trigger him. He's one.
I'm too tired today. You can't trigger me.
He's one flat Earth joke away from
Complete
exploding.
annihilation. I know.
Yeah.
So-
Vitamin D. You want vitamin D3. You have to take it with K2. So
Right.
it's when you're buying it, if you just have it with K2, then you won't upset your mineral balance. Whereas the sometimes in the press you'll see an old man who took too much vitamin D, and you really do have to take masses of vitamin D and take it in the morning, because if you're taking it in the evening, then you won't sleep.
That's right. And also, I believe eggs have got organic eggs have got K2 in them. I
Amazing.
believe that. I think so. So again, don't trust what I've just said. Please look it up for yourself. Okay. And
Well,
Rocky
sorry,
Road.
Chris, just before you do
Yeah.
that, sorry, mate. I'm just so somebody, Brent Browning, sorry, it's very tiny on my screen. Vitamin D3 over 1,000, sorry, 10,000 IUS. I mean, is that a good recommendation or what?
It's a good
Is that,
recommendation.
So
But
that's
you
right.
have to have the K2. If you don't have the K2, you'll upset yourself with that
Yeah.
massive dose.
And
which
Rocky
I
Road
didn't even
to
know until recently.
I didn't know that. Rocky Road to Love 17 said, my dyslexic friend tried to top himself by jumping behind the bus. What about the dyslexic?
All the best people in our movement are dyslexic. Oh.
Well,
Well-
thanks for that. I'm not dyslexic.
No, I know you're not.
Oh, no,
I
it's
am.
all, it's all coming out now. I don't
Are
believe
you
it.
really?
Yeah.
Well, it's like the dyslexic pimp that bought a warehouse. Sorry.
Okay.
Hang on a minute. She's so dyslexic. She completely, absolutely, always, constantly corrects me on my English. Yeah, and she can read faster than I can. I'm just saying. We might not.
Yeah, but
be that
dyslexia doesn't mean to
dyslexic.
say you're
I
bad at
know,
reading and
She
writing.
works really hard
Yes,
at
yeah.
it.
Yeah, and I have to work really hard at getting my
Holly?
homophones wrong.
Do you find you can't stand flashing lights like in discos and things like that? You find that
Yeah.
flashing lights get you? But did I tell you
What's
my pet? Yeah, my pet goldfish went to a disco and pulled a muscle. Sorry. I ain't got a pet goldfish.
It's usually this is usually Paul's work, and he pops in
Yeah.
and he's got the jokes on you know.
There
10
are a
seconds.
lot fewer fart jokes than normal.
Oh,
We
no,
really,
John, you shouldn't have
we've
said that. No, you shouldn't.
elevated it.
No, because now he's going to come up with a fart joke.
Have you seen that bloke in America that walks around with white trousers with a brown stain up the back, and he's got a fake machine that makes a noise, and he has this spray that he sprays around. People go, bloody hell! Something crawled up his
Brought
backside.
that on
and
yourself.
died.
I've got no sympathy.
Oh,
And another one person went,
ruined it.
"It's
I
made my
ruined
eyes
this.
water." What's that? What's ruined it? What?
I don't know.
Who's
Where,
ruined what?
we've gone silent. Which bit are we on?
What have I ruined? Sorry, have I ruined something?
Just we were a really highbrow show, apart from Nathan swearing.
Oh, my
Nathan.
fart joke. Yes.
Yeah.
Now it says here, too much. This is Blu-ray. So too much vitamin D3 can cause headaches for me. I found I take 5,000 IU. Yes, and Lambert's is supposed to be the best.
But are you taking K2 with it? Because again, mate, I mean, sorry, Blu-ray. I mean, sorry. Just so we've argued about whether Blu-ray 1444 is a girl or a boy.
I think Blu-ray's a girl.
Fair
Are
enough.
you a girl, Blu-ray?
Well, if it's a girl, sorry, I've just called you mate.
I think you're terribly enlightened. I think you're probably a girl.
I know, just saying this, but she might not have been she might not have been taking K2. That's inclusive language, right? It's inclusive. We'll cover that.
And also, what we can't do, what allopathic medicine tries to do is standardize everything. That what works for you with your body type may not work for somebody else with a different body type, somebody else that's from a different part of the world, somebody that's got a different blood type, somebody that's you know, somebody that has different health challenges, somebody whose body works differently.
Yeah.
Like this idea that we all have to eat the same food, we all have to take the same dosage, like that everything's now been standardized. It's crazy.
Actually, I mean, if you come to think, because you've got like different blood types which react differently to meat and vegetables, right? You've got different body types which will metabolize different foods. You know, you've got your three main body types. So then, to say that everything can be standardized, that's just factory settings. That's you know, let's push everyone into the middle, and anyone who doesn't fit is suddenly an outcast. It's ridiculous.
Well,
I mean,
what was the medication that you took that you were told absolutely didn't cause? Was it hallucinations or?
God, hang on a minute.
Blu-ray's a woman.
Oh, you were right.
Yes.
Oh, and
K2.
Oh, okay.
I'm a
Sulfuride.
woman.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a woman, but the K2 is. Sorry, K2. Blu-ray is. So there we go.
He's got a woman's hands. Oh, sorry, I just thought no, it's from Blackadder, isn't it? It's a woman's hand. No, because right, okay. There was an episode of Blackadder where they were on about, you know, you had to go to a quack to get. I think it was for an STD, incidentally. Which it basically he was prescribed leeches because apparently that's all you prescribed in medieval times for everything. It was always leeches and.
I'm pretty pro leech, by the way.
Oh, good lord!
Well,
is that what you're doing to me during the night? Holy shit! Oh god!
Acupuncture and acupressure points, and you look at leeches. It's gonna work, isn't it?
There's a lady in Bulgaria that does leech therapy. I think she's actually on YouTube. I can't remember what her name is. But
I mean, probably better just to go to Miles. In all fairness,
Miles,
but,
that's right. He doesn't do leech therapy, as far as I know. Yes, but now Steve, you're in the studio there, mate. We're sorry, we're not ignoring you. We are ignoring you. But I think you had a back problem once, didn't you, mate?
Oh, I still have. Yeah.
Really?
Lower back.
Yeah.
That's it, lower
you
back.
Want to go back to the military? Sorry, terrible.
Now,
I think it's due to the fact that I broke my pelvis in a parachute accident, and then I had a motorcycle accident a few years after. So, yeah.
And by the way, you're still the winner of the David James Memorial Award because you got it last year, 2025. Yes, and
has he
Monica
got a
Schaefer.
trophy?
No, you just do it verbally. Well,
It's a trophy.
Fuck them all pencil.
I would need a mantelpiece for a trophy.
Well, no, it was fuck them all pencil. It's a wonder pencil. Yeah,
And how would you prescribe? I mean, how is that prescribed? And what's the diagnostic? Oh, so he's gone Blackadder again. You stick a pencil up each nostril, and apparently you're
That's
nuts.
right. Yeah.
How many ways could Steve kill someone with a pencil?
A lot of ways. Well, I'll tell you something. I don't leave home without my Sharpie now. Very good, but
Which ironically is blunt, but there you go.
Yes, but that's it. It's blunt implement. But no. Do you try a hot water bottle, Steve? You know, as I say, I'm not a qualified doctor, but that's what did me with my lower back. I find a bloody hot water bottle so hot it's almost peeling your skin off. You know, so
yeah. I was listening in when you mentioned that. Do you know what? I've tried a couple of things over the time. Sometimes it needs a good massage occasionally, but I must admit I find that if I'm inactive and I'm crouched over the computer all day, it gets worse. So I try to keep active. I must admit I'm not doing as much as I used to. I used to be crazy with exercise, but nowadays I've calmed down a little bit. But I do. I'm trying to do various. Do you know what? And I don't know the name of these things, but I'm doing various sort of stretching and exercises and is it isometric type things. You know,
with a bike in a tube, you can use a bike in a tube. Go, boing.
Yeah, I do all sorts. So I've got and I've got very simple
yoga route, hasn't he? Is he?
I don't really.
Sorry,
do yoga,
Steve.
but...
I know I'm doing it again.
But I do. I do just like Nathan mentioned earlier. I do a little bit of weight training as well because I've got some dumbbells at home and a big rock in the garden. I pick that up occasionally.
Oh. Now,
but usually when you pick that up, mate, you try and chuck it at me.
You've seen it, haven't you? The big crystal one.
I've seen your big rock, mate. It's a very impressive rock. I love my brick. There you go. There's a Father Ted reference for you.
Now, some dyslexic people, Alex Scorcher said, sell their souls to Santa. Sorry. But, oh, yes. I remember that one, Blackadder, in love with his manservant.
Do a bit on Santa for us.
Oh, tis not the season. Tis the season for leeches now. And bankers are everywhere.
Now, Hatchy says, we'd all be burnt as witches because a lot of men was burnt for witchcraft as well as women and children. Yes. And witches back in the day for talking about all these holistic homeopathic remedies. Matthew Hopkins didn't like witches. Well, there was the Witchfinder General, wasn't there, who went around, and most of these people that chased witches were perverts because when they found a witch, they stripped her of everything and looked round underneath the parts for signs of the devil. Ooh. So all the bleeding pervs were queuing up for that, you know. Now, Blu-ray says, I pulled my glute in a gym a few weeks. I put castor oil and frankincense oil that healed the pain, moved up my hip flexor. Okay. What's your view of castor oil? Anybody's view of castor oil? You use castor oil? Because I was told it's carcinogenic. Anybody know anything about that?
I didn't know that.
Well, yes, it is. Like a lot, and a lot of herbal remedies are quite toxic, and it's that same the dose maketh the poison. For example, like belladonna, is poisonous, deadly nightshade. But particularly in Asia, you get belladonna plasters, and it can take away. For example, if you had lower back pain, Sue. You could put a belladonna plaster on and you'd get 24 to 48 hours worth of relief from it. So it's very much about the dose and why you're taking it. But yes, castor oil is toxic, and that's why it's working. You wouldn't want to take too much of it. You'd want to go easy. You'd want to go particularly, for example, so putting it in your belly button can be very effective. But you need to make sure your belly button is completely clean because the castor oil will be pulled straight in with anything else that's in your belly button.
Well,
Well,
I've got my mother. You know the what do you call it? The what's the name called? Still in my belly button, still there, which is weird. And seriously, yes, and it's only about that long, small, and part of it fell off about 20 years ago, but it's still there. So, you know, have you ever heard of that? The sort of what's that called from a child to mother? I can't think of the bleeding name of it.
Umbilical cord.
Umbilical cord, yeah, my umbilical cord's still there. It's weird, isn't it?
So I've heard a couple of things about the umbilical cord. About that, basically, you know, when the hospital snips it, apparently they're snipping it far too early. And secondly, regarding your navel, so Holly was explaining to me the other day that the fastest way to get something into your body, to like, so if you're taking a herbal cure or something like that, the quickest way into your body is through the navel. So,
and also, I know this sounds a bit disgusting, but some people on a yacht did this where they ran out of water, and of course there's plenty of sea, but around you, but it's salt water. So what they did is they actually used the seawater as an enema to get liquid moisture into them. And apparently, if it goes up your backside, it's something that happens where it kind of cleans all the salt out.
Ooh, okay. So this is a plea to your audience. My friend, who is Brazilian, has offered to teach me to do enemas, because enemas can essentially like fix again almost everything, particularly if you're ill. But we need somebody to actually be able to do the enema on. So if anyone fancies, for the sake of the science, if anyone's got a fetish, if anyone would enjoy that, if anyone has some medical issues that they can't solve, and they are in England, I suppose we could travel. She's very glamorous, and a lovely lady.
I don't know. I've changed my mind.
Oh, you're so right.
Yes,
Okay.
Mind you, for what good enemas are, you might as well shove them up your arse.
Give up.
Is Nathan volunteering? Just wondering.
Nathan volunteering.
May have volunteered in the past.
Very disappointed.
What do you do? Do you get a sort of like a siphon thing and shove it up there and pour the liquid in? So
you make it sound violent when you say that. I mean, it's just like, just get up there, right?
There must be somebody that has a fetish that is like that. That's for me.
What kind of fetish are we on about?
Colonic irrigation.
What kind of fetish are we on about here? What's going on?
Is it colonic irrigation you're talking about?
Said no.
Would you? Well, I'm not surprised to be fair, but all right, okay, right.
Oh, charming! Mark Anthony says I nominate Eric. Yeah, what was it? Is it colonic irrigation? Because Princess Diana had colonic irrigation.
See, you don't know how to come back and said it's not a democracy, so you know.
It's £100. It's £100 if you have it done by anyone other than Ludmilla and me in your living room.
What, a bum specialist? Now, can't answer. Oh yeah, with that and the leeches, blimey, that sounds a bit of a bad. So you get this free. It's free of charge. So you come along, right? Show us your bum, right? Let's stick this up there, shall we? Oh, hang on, that's engine oil. No, it's not castor oil. Bloody hell!
That just to get extra miles out of you.
By the way, what's your now? What was it now? That's gone out of my mind. But anyway, Aunt Sully said, "I don't understand how castor oil is supposed to work. As far as I know, it's not absorbed anywhere in the body. Hence, why I use it as a barrier in nappy cream." Now, I was told to rub it on your eyelids and rub it around your eyes because it's supposed to be very good to prevent all kinds of sort of eye problems. But
I don't know enough. I mean,
what about
whenever
nicotine?
I've been told to use castor oil, I've always been told to mix it in with bicarbonate of soda, and apparently the two work well together. So I haven't got a clue how it works, but it's the recommendation I've always been given. So
Is it a laxative? That's the question.
what,
Is
castor oil?
castor oil a
Okay.
laxative type thing?
It's oily.
I'd
By
imagine
the
it
way-
would be. That's probably why they give it to people. Improve
I
their
will
mood.
not. That's a point. Yeah, there was
Criminal.
used to be a play called a television film called Enemy at the Door, with an actress called Googie Withers, in which the answer was yes, it normally does in cold weather. But anyway, and Googie, that's her actual name, Googie Withers, and people used to call it Enema at the Door because it's terrible. But so we're gonna have a live enema on the show, you know. So hello, Eric. How
So you
We
should
would
get away.
definitely get a ban.
Yeah, you definitely would.
We would.
Although, have you seen some of the
I
content?
reckon the
But-
winner or the should get the David James Award.
Yes,
The who?
the winner of the Enema Award.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be a
Yeah.
prize. Could be the prize.
Yes. What happens though if you've
Try
had
not to do that, right?
Brussels sprouts? I mean, suppose now I've had Brussels sprouts and Guinness beforehand. So instead of it going in, it comes out. Does it go splatter all over the place?
I'm sorry.
just
I'm
'cause he's an
sorry
old
for what
geezer,
I
innit? Is it?
did.
I just want to say that what we're talking about here is meant to be an exit, not an entrance. Just
Yeah, I know.
Just saying.
No, this-
Oh, yeah.
I know what that's in reference to. So Patrick and I had a bit of a theological debate about sex on the Occult Academy group, and it got a bit. I never bloody answered that. I never came back to that. I really should have.
Oh yeah. The anus
Oh, sorry.
is not a sex organ. This, yes.
Oh,
No,
that was
this is
that
not the
was
platform.
that was the
This is
statement.
not the platform.
Is it not?
No.
I'm not the one who started advertising enemies.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
By the way, I was wrong. It wasn't called
Yeah,
Enema
no,
at the Door. It's
Oh,
called
that's a good.
The Enema Within. That's it. Sorry.
Beautiful.
All right, okay. Nathan, take one for the team. Well, all right, Aunt Sally. What makes you? Oh no, I'm not. I'm not going to say that on air. What do you do? No.
What's that?
What makes you think I haven't?
Castor oil is rapidly ejected from the body. I didn't know that.
I mean, I would say that was.
Hence the
sounds a bit
laxative. Yeah.
Is it?
I'd imagine.
The conclusions. Oh, and what about the castor oil?
Oh, Ambrose says, could we volunteer Starmer for the treatment? He is our biggest enema. Yes, he is actually. Yes.
I mean,
He looks like
I'm
he's
more
holding it
defending the
in.
United
You know,
States
he
first,
looks
I
like
think.
he's had an enema and he's holding it in.
He does.
Does that explain his
Look
his
on his face.
constipation pose? Give us the constipation pose, Chris, because you know.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that's how you speak
that's-
Japanese. Did you know to speak Japanese, you've got to suffer from chilblains and chronic constipation because you sort of go,
Yeah.
Starmer will ask for a bigger hose. This show is all about shit today.
I thought it was on the
No,
other
but-
side. To be fair, I
no,
thought it was
I'm being
extracting
quite,
the urine, but there you go.
I'm being quite serious here, though, from a scientific view. If someone's having colonic irrigation and they've had Brussels sprouts, baked beans, and Guinness beforehand, will it blow back?
See, of those three things, I'd say don't take the Guinness because it's got tons of fluoride in it.
Well, and
Yeah.
I was just about to say is that so one of my friends, Joy, what's Joy's surname? The fluoride lady.
Warren.
Warren. Amazing.
How does he know?
Because he's a genius.
Oh, of course he is. I know.
Just stop
Um,
at my
I
house.
agree. No, I agree.
So she's very clear on if you're going to pump huge amounts of water to flush out, particularly into a place which is very absorbent, you really shouldn't be having chlorinated and fluoridated water pumped into that, as almost every person that's offering colonic irrigation is offering. So
Yeah.
I would clean your water if anyone wanted to. If anyone wanted to be my guinea pig, I would clean your water. I've got a gravity filter.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I wondered what all that fancy stuff inside it was. I've just got to I keep
Yeah.
forgetting what the bloody called. What is it called when they strip everything out of it? What's it called?
Distiller.
It's called Thank you,
Yes.
Steve.
Oh,
I use a distiller.
No.
Aunt
Way
Sally
too
said,
expensive for me.
Oh,
she said, Starmer would probably enjoy a good enema. You'd be doing him a sexy favour. Yeah, he probably would actually. He's got that.
Mm.
He's got that
Probably
face
not
that
from
looks.
me though, right?
Well, he's got that
Probably
face that
from
looks like an enema,
Nathan.
doesn't he?
don't implicate me in his end.
Yes.
Although it
If,
might be
so,
worthwhile actually.
yeah, if those, you know, he does look like an enema though. He's got a face that looks like one, doesn't he? It's just been so.
Is he popular in America, do you think? I mean, would Patrick be able to answer that?
What's that?
Who's popular?
Starmer.
Starmer.
Yeah.
Starmer? Oh yeah, he's well known.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is he
All
popular? though?
your,
Is he like good
your
or bad?
fearless leaders are well known here.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, sorry,
Pressure
carry on,
washers.
Patrick.
Well, no, they get the brunt of the blame usually in our news for things.
Oh,
I don't think
I
he's
think-
particularly popular here, mind.
No,
Patrick.
and what you're saying, you know, he's into these Ukrainian boys, these rent boys. I hear.
So I hear.
Yeah.
Now, Newkie Brown says, I have a Karcher you can borrow. Yeah, I got one of those.
I mean,
Suppose
amazing.
So, yes, that'd be quite good. Yes. So you're going to look up colonic irrigation. I think is a polite way of putting it.
Look it
Yes.
up. No, thank
Yes.
you.
No.
I just think the way you put that across, Eric, is it colonic irrigation? It's good just because it's going up the back end doesn't mean that anyway. I lost them all at that one.
Yes. It's a funny thing though that they take the mickey out of our ancestors, but they knew a thing or two about medicine, because if they didn't, we wouldn't be here. And look at the things like all the seed oils. Now they introduced seed oils in the 1970s, and the amount of heart attacks went through the roof. And I was in Tesco's the other day. I could smell bacon cooking. I thought, bloody Nora, because I like bacon. So I was I was using my nostrils to guide me towards the source of the bacon. You see, and there's these there's a new, I don't know, new bacon or something out, and I thought that's giving, you know, samples away to people. I thought, and then suddenly I noticed what they were frying it in, rapeseed oil.
Frying bacon in oil. That
rapeseed oil.
sounds that's wrong.
I know.
There's got to be a law against that.
Seed oil. I mean,
Yeah.
it cooks in its own fat, doesn't it? Bacon
Yeah, it
cooks in
does.
its own fat.
Yeah.
Because you know the correct way of cooking
the other day.
bacon is in about a little bit of water, first of all.
Yeah.
The water boils. This is the way the top chefs apparently do it. And then the bacon becomes more crispy and it's more juicy.
It
Renders,
renders
yeah.
better. Yeah,
Yeah.
it leaves the texture
Yes.
a
And
lot more crispy.
Harvey number 1 says about an enema. It says, will you buy me dinner first? You could do a Valentine's Day one, couldn't you? Sorry. Will you be my Valentine's enema? Sorry.
How did we get into this? So you mentioned the fart jokes, and look, we're just all downhill from this point, isn't it? It's all
And
toilet
Alice has
humor.
asked me to think of my reputation, dear, and I agree.
Oh,
Yes. Alice Gould just says, drink the juice of celery for a good clear out, folks. You're welcome. Really?
so apparently celery makes it so if you eat celery, you actually lose weight, causes your body to like. I don't know the science behind it. I don't know. Is there any truth to that?
Well-
so celery makes you lose weight, is right?
Well, because it's got fewer calories than it takes to eat them. Eat.
Oh.
Well, we
Well,
were talking
it's
about
really-
rabbit
it's
meat
a-
the other day. Eating rabbits, somehow you can't survive too well just on
No.
rabbit meat. You need some
No.
sort of fat to go with it.
That's right.
Maybe that has something to do with it.
And I always fry an egg in lard, so Hatchie says. Yes.
Yum. Yeah, the bacon
Because-
fat, bacon grease. Yeah.
Mm.
Yummy.
I use cold pressed extra virgin olive oil and lard and dripping. Extra virgin olive oil, I don't think that stands high temperature very well. I think it's more
Yeah,
of
it
a
does.
solid thing.
I
Does
think it does. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Same with
Yeah.
lard. It actually is a high temperature oil
Lardis.
as well.
Oh, and also coconut oil. That's pretty good. Brent Browling, the ancient term of christing,
Christening?
Christing.
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 I'm thinking of this from the idea
Oh.
of Christ,
Sorry,
like
what
Christing.
is-
So oil,
Was a
Christing.
Bacchic sex cult ritual.
paramacon drug for Bacchic sex
Bacchic.
cults,
Bacchic sex cults.
rituals,
Yep.
and mud
So
balm
it's basically
salve
from the
for
god
rubbing
Bacchus, which
in
was
the eyes to see the light. Example,
Euripides.
Euripides.
Yeah,
Don't
he
know
was a
anything
Greek
about
poet, a Greek playwright.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Where was he going with that? I'm not.
I think that might not be. That might
don't
might
know.
not be the
He
kind
might have
of
been
the kind
talking
of
to
herbal
somebody
remedy that
else.
I would recommend, if I'm honest.
I've never heard of that before, but you were
No.
talking about oils, so it kind of makes sense.
Well, that's right.
Yeah,
If you've got any
Kristen-
seed oils, get rid of them. They're useless. They're cancer.
Oh, that's
Well,
a good
apparently
question.
they're carcinogenic. What's that?
I mean, you could,
Oh, hang on.
Well, people in ancient times used
Anointing.
to anoint themselves with oil. Yeah, I was going to say that. In the Old Testament, and you hear like King David being anointed with oil over his head and his beard and everything. And Aaron.
The king was in this country.
the
the
king or the
queen and the
prophet.
queen. Yeah, they're
Well,
anointed with
well,
And
oil.
it's part of sacramental rituals in the Catholic Church as well. For
Well,
Christening meaning like confirmation and that sort of thing.
Church of England
Baptism.
sort of came from the Catholic Church, didn't it? Really, it was just
Yeah,
a
yeah.
spin-off from it,
Right.
And
but one that included divorce for kings.
yes, because I think you're interested, Patrick. When I'm hoping to take the camera around Waltham Abbey, the actual abbey itself,
Yeah.
and show you where they actually it was painted
old-
apparently, the walls inside, and when it became Church of England, they scraped all the paint off to remove everything that was Catholic about it.
Yeah, they're iconoclasts. They smashed a lot of the statues and paintings and that kind of thing.
Yeah, yes, but no, what I like about it is as I was saying, it looks big because of all the buttresses from outside, but when you get inside, it's smaller than you think it's going to be. You think, oh, it's going to be this great big cathedral, and it isn't. It's quite,
You know
it's
why they
very
put those
impressive, though.
buttresses on?
Stop the walls falling over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Mm.
flying but yeah, well, you're an architect. Yeah.
I actually like buttresses. I think they look quite nice if they're done
Yeah.
well.
Well, it reminds me of Notre Dame has the buttresses going off of it.
or it did do before it burned down.
No, I think it still does. They replaced the roof on that. It's
Did
back
they?
open. Yeah.
Oh. Now, Alice Gordon says, Holly, tell us your favourite herbs ever. Those you can't do without. So that's a good question, isn't it?
Okay. So this is my moment. When you get bored, can you just sort of vote in the chat and then Nathan can like push me off the seat and then it can end. Okay.
Oh no,
Because
I think this is a good question.
no, but I will just go on and go on and go on. So my favourite.
Should we go for top 5 and then see where we
No,
go?
I can't do a top 5.
Okay.
If there was one thing that I couldn't live without, it would be nettles. That's my top. Because nettles have, they're almost a complete food. So they've got almost all your minerals and vitamins inside them. So I would definitely choose nettles. And because they are antihistamine, then they're also good for things like hay fever and things like that. So I think that they are our medicine because sheep and cattle and things, they don't eat them until they're very withered. If they're very withered, then they will eat them. I think they are specifically designed for us. And as a herbalist, you create a thing called a monograph, which is where you draw the herb and you write its Latin name and which parts you use and how they're used and then what they cure. And with nettles, when I did it for nettles, I got onto, I think, 5 pages of A4 size 8 font for all the things that nettles fix. So if you don't know what to take, go out into nature and pick some nettles, some nettle tips, and either make yourself a tea or pop them in the oven and make them into crisps. So just put a bit of oil or butter and crisp them up or fry them in a pan. And that heat, if you dry them or if you chop them or if you heat them, that will get rid of the sting. Or if you just leave them to wilt. So definitely nettles, or lemonade. If you like lemonade, you can make nettle-aid, which is absolutely delicious, even nicer than lemonade. So just lemons and sugar or whatever sugar substitute you want, and lemons. Oh God.
Not that.
Oh God.
Sorry, just
Mike suggested nettle enema. I mean, it would probably be fine, and it probably would really, really help. Maybe number 2 would probably be seaweed, and again, it's the stuff that we can collect it if you can find a clean beach. In the UK, my understanding is that we have no toxic. The only toxic seaweed that we have in the UK is in the middle of the channel at the bottom. So I think it's unlikely that you'd get down to it.
Clearly, you've never been to Redcar.
Oh, okay. So you can find a clean beach, and you're going to want to snip the
Southend.
Sorry,
but sorry for me to cutting in here, but I can actually back up what you said about nettles, because the Romans didn't trust doctors, and for hundreds of years they relied on nettles. Seriously, that was their medicine. So I just thought I'd add that in, you know.
And if you've got huge, so my herbalist mentor, who taught me, she had massive kidney issues and would have been on dialysis, except that she took nettle seed every day. The only issue with that, and it gives you loads of energy, supercharges your kidneys, absolutely incredible. But the difficulty is you really can OD on nettle seeds. So if you're going to have nettle seeds, kind of half a teaspoon, quarter to half a teaspoon, no more than that, not a tablespoon, only a teaspoon, and in the morning, because otherwise you will be awake. That is good stuff.
I know somebody that has. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you there, but I know somebody that has stage 4 kidney disease, kidney problems, and
nettle seeds.
He's actually I can't say too much because he's actually a patient of Dr. Fleetwood. Nettles, that's interesting.
And
because
so, have you heard of doctrine of signatures? So the idea is that the creative force, so I would call it God, other people would call it different names. Nathan would probably call it Mother Nature, maybe God.
I've got no problem with God. I think God's an all-encompassing term for nature. I think it's inseparable from nature, so I don't mind that.
There you go, he accepts. So the creative force that runs through the universe. The idea is that it's signed its name, it's signed what it's good for, and so often different colours will correspond to different parts of the body. So things that are yellow, for example, the dandelion flowers. So if you dig up, so you know dock leaves,
yes.
If you dig up dock leaves, then it's known as yellow docks because they've got a really bright yellow root. Often nettle, if you pull up nettles, the roots are bright yellow, and again they're amazing for your prostate. So you know prostate cancer is everywhere at the moment. It's probably worth considering pulling up some nettles and chopping them up and making yourself a tea, perhaps. Nothing to lose. But things that are yellow very often correspond to our kind of urinary system.
Yes.
What about chamomile? That's yellow. I would imagine that would be
yes,
good.
And well, so chamomile is amazing. So chamomile is one of the sacred Saxon herbs. So it goes back. It's always been revered. chamomile, and it's particularly good for battle wounds. Oh, Alice, thank you. Instead, come to one of our courses. So so a friend and I do courses, which are weekends in Wales. A lot of them are women only, but men are welcome to.
Do I have to identify as a woman?
You don't have to.
Just for that week. We're all right.
Probably for the weekend.
Fine.
Yeah, or yeah, I do courses here in the Cotswolds. But yeah, there are loads and loads of books, so I can definitely send you some book recommendations.
What about the red berries and things like that?
And also Steve might be able to help out on this because he has incredible knowledge of wild flowers and plants. And
I've had some of Holly's nettle soup, and it was absolutely first rate. So not only are they a tasty plant, but once Holly's put them in a it's like a big cauldron you use. You've got a big iron, The stuff you've made with nettles has been first rate.
Can I just say that the organic double cream and the unpasteurized butter definitely doesn't have anything to do with how delicious the nettle soup is. Definitely not that. That's the issue. That's the.
So I feel honoured here because I know both, obviously, Holly, because she sat next to me, and I know Steve as well personally, and so I get like the two best foragers in the country. And so I get like the best herbal medicines and all of the knowledge that goes.
That's how we'll kill him.
Well, no,
don't tell him.
I know. I've already figured out.
By the way, Steve, I got thistles in my garden, and I did try a thistle stem. As you one trouble, it tasted like shit. I mean, did I do something wrong?
Did I forget to mention that bit? Well, I'm sure Holly will agree. Maybe you won't, but some of the you could say some of the weeds or edible plants that you get in nature aren't necessarily the greatest taste in it. They are kind of earthy, some of them. So there's probably a reason why you don't get them in the shops. I don't know. Yes. I don't know what Holly thinks about that.
Nettles are all right though, because they taste quite nice when they're boiled. They're like cabbage, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sort of,
Yeah.
Can I add another one into the mix then? From both Holly and Steve, they both recommend this one, which is dandelion and dandelion root.
Oh yes, I agree with you.
I totally agree. Something about that, the Perrier.
Yeah, because you can eat all the plant, can't you? You can actually eat all the dandelion any time of the year.
I don't know. I'm not sure about stem. With the sap.
Do they have you ever used dandelion root as like a coffee additive?
Steve does.
Yeah, I do. I've got a jar of it in the house. I'll be quite honest, the one I've got isn't particularly nice. It's quite, in fact, I'd say it's very bitter, the one I've got at the moment. But
you mix it with coffee?
Overdone it. Yeah, well, I'd usually just drink it as it stands by itself. But it is you can make it into a coffee substitute if you roast the roots. And I must admit, I've got some gigantic dandelions in my front garden, so I've got.
I know that the French use a lot of chicory root for coffee substitute.
Similar thing
added to it. Yeah. Okay.
And again, so the French call dandelion pissenlit, so piss the bed. So really? It's really important if you're taking dandelion. It's really important that perhaps you're taking it in the morning, just so that you're not up all night if you otherwise. So yeah,
it's a diuretic then.
Can you say what I always tell you about about what you're going to combine? What I think you combine dandelion root with.
Or are we going to go for the cleavers?
Yeah,
we're going to go for cleavers because cleavers is
Sticky Willy.
Got a bit of caffeine in, right? A Sticky Willy, but they've got a coffee like taste to them as well. I was a guinea pig. I can.
So the sticky balls.
Steady now. I thought you said it was PG.
So what do you do? You get the sticky stuff and you just stuff it in a pot and put boiling water on it or something. Or what do you do? How do you make?
So you're gonna roast them in the oven for about 20 minutes until they go sort of slightly charred, kind of brownish. And then, if possible, you have to grind them. So you can do it, say, with a pestle and mortar, but it does take a long time. So if you've got anything like a coffee machine or a little whizzy blender or something like that, where you can, once it's But if possible, you want to be storing the root and say the cleavers, if possible, storing it and then not grinding it until you want to use it, because the more you interfere with it, the quicker it will deteriorate and disintegrate. So you're trying to keep it keep the plant as whole as you possibly can.
I kind of add something else at this point as well. So in 2021, I think it was, I got really, really ill, and I had 2 blood clots in my arm. And no, I didn't have the stabby thing. So definitely didn't. So before anyone says that, but either way, I did have 2 blood clots in my arm. And
you take a lot of big harmer meds. Just saying.
Yeah, he also got bitten by a snake as well, I guess.
Yeah,
although we found out why that didn't turn into any harmful thing. But either way, the way that I got rid of this was looking at herbal remedies, which was garlic, not garlic, yeah, garlic, ginger root, and dandelion root, and I took a combination of all those 3, and within a week the clots were gone. They were just everything had like fixed itself, presumably because of that. I mean, I refused to go to a. They tried to get me to go to a clinic, but that's a whole different story that I won't go into. But either way, the answer was I did go and I didn't comply, and basically I walked out because they refused to treat me unless I put on all the PPE, and I said, well, I'm not doing that, and so I would rather have died than have complied with that particular system. But either way, at that point I got a bit desperate, and I thought, well, I'm gonna have to do something because otherwise this could go really bad. And so it was garlic, dandelion root, and I forgot the other one I said now, ginger, and I took all 3 and it cleared up completely. So again, I use myself as a guinea pig. I mean, the way that I look at it is, for every ailment, disease, or anything that we can get wrong with the human body, nature will provide the cure, and all we've got to do is know where to look for it. And so this is why this kind of knowledge about nature and herbalism is essential, and I think Steve would absolutely agree with us, Holly.
And as Steve was saying, the place to look for it often is in your front garden, if there's a little neglected bit, or perhaps in your neighbour's garden.
But isn't it ironic that basically a lot of the natural cures that we all need, we refer to them as weeds, as if it's some kind of waste product in our garden that we need to get rid of, and then they sell us weed killer, which ironically is the toxic bit, because you've got the glyphosate in it, which is, that is dangerous to the human body. And so we're taught that weed's bad, glyphosate good, and ironically it's the other way around, isn't it? And so this stuff is free enough. All we need to do is figure out what to do with it and how to harness it and keep it. I would say keep it clean, at least, make sure that it's not covered in toxic chemicals when you are harvesting it. But
how did you take this garlic, dandelion root, and ginger? How did you?
So I got capsule versions, mate, because obviously I didn't know what I know now. I don't know. I didn't know neither. Well, I think I knew Steve at that point. I didn't know Holly at that point. But either way, I just, again, you come across stuff online, and to me it was like, well, what have I got to lose? I mean, it's fairly cheap to get hold of, and so I got it in capsule form, and I took it quite relentlessly. But again, it did the trick. It was horrible. I mean, I just pulling your hair. But just in the just there, 2 blood clots, and people could feel it when it was like, oh, it was horrible. And within a week of doing these capsules, it was gone, like completely cleared up. Incidentally, I've got rid of another 2 blood clots in the last couple of months. 2 minutes, mate. I'll go into this because
no, please carry on.
Ironically, I was with Steve for one of them when I passed one of the blood clots, and then the other blood clot I passed with Holly, and both of them came out with the use of chili tincture. So
I would that yes, the garlic will be really good, and ginger's amazing, and dandelion's amazing, but if you were choosing, I would probably choose red things if you're wanting to treat blood clots, because obviously it's the heart, and also it's red. So if you've got a pre-2021 type blood clot, and it's made of blood, then chili is amazing, and it will often pop blood clots, and it will regulate your blood pressure up or down as needed, which is amazing. Hawthorn is also amazing, brilliant for repairing the heart, and the berries, they look like little hearts, They're beautiful.
Mm.
And there's still, I don't know whether it's the same where other people are, but there are still lots and lots and lots of red berries still on the bushes, which to me says that they know that we have heart issues in our society at the
Do you know,
moment, and
I've
that's
noticed
exactly what we
that
need.
I don't know if you've noticed, but some of the hawthorn berries seem to be particularly large. I've noticed recently, you know, so that I think you've hit the nail on the head there. Nature knows.
Yeah,
Well,
but this is a thing, and I think it does know. I think it's intrinsic that it knows we're in trouble, and even though we're destroying it, it's still trying to help us, which is
I agree
ironic,
with
isn't
you.
it?
I 100% agree with you. But also, if you buy vitamin tablets, and it's pity Miles is not on here now to say, and he said, yes, if you buy, for example, vitamin C, cheapo ones from the supermarket, it won't be vitamin C. It'll be synthetic. Be careful what you get, because quite honestly, and apparently Boots is supposed to be the worst. You can get these vitamins, but they're synthetic.
Imagine my
They're
surprise,
not
Boots,
natural.
pharmacist.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
oh yes, and quite honestly, you know, you can go to these pound shops and things like that. They will be synthetic shit, which will probably not do you any good at all. And you probably get more vitamins from sniffing the box than taking it. And also, it's a myth that oranges are packed full of vitamin C. Yes, organic oranges, perhaps, but the ones that you buy in the shops have all been specially bred to be big and juicy, and that's about it.
That's about
And they're
right.
just full of sugar.
So they can
'cause
maximise
our-
profit for taste, basically.
And our fruit isn't, our ancestors would not recognise the fruit that we got there today. Apples, about 300 years ago, you could not eat raw. They'd send you backside up to your elbows because they were very tart and you had to cook them. You couldn't eat them off the tree like that. You know, they were very tart. Oranges, again, they've been messed around with. And this is why that fruit is not that good for you, because it's fructose, yes, but sugar.
So I was just thinking about apples there. So Holly mentioned the other day with Paul English about the pectins. Is that right?
Apple pectin.
Apple pectins, but also apple seeds. We're told that they're toxic, but they've got anthocyanins in. Is that the right word for that?
Cyanide? No, it's got cyanide in.
Cyanide.
Yeah, but in small amounts. I've got to be careful with my words here. But that is actually I'm going to say treatment, so that we're we're being careful.
For something beginning with C.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say K, so we fill the algorithm.
Yes.
But, I mean, it's like B17, which is also an anthocyanin, and it's the same with apple seeds. So if they're that toxic, but it's like when Holly was mentioning earlier about some things being toxins, but equally it doesn't mean that they're without health benefits, especially for certain.
And this is where going to somewhere like Miles or another medical herbalist is so amazing, because
or you and Steve even.
Because or come on a course and do some research and look in some books. Because if we can skill ourselves up, then we can be less and less reliant and more healthy.
Quite honestly, Miles is a walking encyclopedia, because I see people walking into his shop. I go and see him on Wednesdays generally, and you know, I'm sitting in his shop, and people come in and they're shaking, white as a sheet, shaking like a leaf, and he can read prescriptions, and he's also skilled in Chinese herbs as well as English ones. He's one of very few English people that understands Chinese herbs, and he knows a Chinese herbalist. And he looks his prescription. He looks at the prescription and he says, "That's not going to do you much good." You know, and he looks up his books and he says, "Right, I think I can help you." And you can actually see the stress from the fear porn that the NHS has given people dropping. And I've said this many times. I saw a miracle happen in his shop, where he's a gentle giant. As a chappie it goes in, he almost hits his head on the door as he goes through. He's incredibly tall, so about 6'5" or something. And he had a stroke, and he's in his 20s. Nicest guy you could ever wish to meet. And they said he'd never get any use back in his arm, his hand. And Miles, free of charge, he's sitting in the shop, gave him some acupuncture. And he said, "My hand, it's moving." And it chokes me up to say it now, but I was almost in tears for it, because And I was also, wow. And there was tears running down my eyes because I was so happy for this man to see this man there, seeing his hands move. And Miles said, "Yeah, walk around a little bit. Get you." And he walked outside. He's going like this, and then when he come back in again, he said, "Look, my hands moving." Miles was seeing another patient, talking to another customer. Looks up and goes, "Yes, it will." Very matter of fact, then carried on. So yes, it will. Yeah. So,
I mean, to be fair,
and there's both of us going, ah.
I mean, when we met him, when we came to see you, I mean, he's very confident. I don't mean arrogant. I mean, he's just confident. It's just
he knows his stuff.
He knows what he's doing. He's
yeah.
Just something else here that Blu-ray said. Berries were rife last autumn and winter, and the winter was. They've never seen so many. Yeah, well, we've noticed this as well, especially with slow berries as well. Like slow. I'm not supposed to say berries, am I?
So I was looking into sloes. So sloes are amazing. So from Blackthorn. So slow, as in slow gin. Mm-hmm. So if you don't like gin, then if you do like gin, then you're just picking a load of sloes, and there's still lots of sloes on the bushes round here as well. So you're just popping them in, and you're popping some spirit over the top, so gin or vodka or brandy or whiskey, whatever you like. And you do need that to preserve them and to pull out the properties. You can do it with apple cider vinegar if you wanted to. You sort of can do it with wine. You can do it with glycerin if you're very, very anti alcohol. But it's not as good, and glycerin's quite toxic because it's very often made with seed oils, very sprayed seed oils, and it's very sugary, but it is delicious. So I was looking into so the sloes, so there are very few kind of black fruits and veg, and they've got kind of amazing properties to them, like elderberry was mentioned earlier, which is brilliant. I think that potentially, so I was looking into hemorrhagic fever, so like bleeding from all your orifices, which Gates has promised us, which isn't that.
Oh, that's good of him. Oh, we look forward to that.
Johnson. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. What was the word for that? There was Spenceley, Boris Johnson's dad wrote a book about this, and he that was supposed to be the next pandemic according to certain theories that were floating around at the time. Yeah, I can't remember the bloody Marburg virus. Isn't that what they were going to go with? But anyway, so.
So something like elderberry tincture, elderberry wine would be good to have just in your cupboard, just in case, or to make some sloe gin or some sloe gin might save your life, because I was looking into it, and those black fruits and vegetables are pretty extraordinary.
Excellent. Now, Emperor has said, can we eat hawthorn berries? I was always told, and I was always told this, that red berries are poisonous. Well. Yeah. Is that a lie? Yeah. What about those white berries you get in winter time that would pop if trod on? Are they any good for us? So I always avoided anything that was red, apart from strawberries. They seem to be all right, but I mean, anything that was red, I'd avoid, because I thought that there's nature telling us that it's poisonous. So I don't know.
Yeah. So I think we're probably mostly thinking about yew berries. So yew is incredibly toxic.
It's like the yew tree.
The yew tree. Yeah. But actually, some foragers who are harder than I am, I don't know whether Survival Steve is in that bracket. I mean, I'm sure generally, I know, obviously, XSAS military, rah. But so some that I think like life less than I do, they will often take out the seeds from inside a yew berry and then eat it in front of you to show that it's the seeds that are the poisonous bit, not the actual flesh and skin. Do you do that, Steve?
I've never done that. I'm aware of it, but I've never eaten yew berries. But yes, the yew seeds are massively toxic, so don't ever eat them.
Well, it's like cow parsley.
Even the needles off the tree, the whole yew tree is toxic, isn't it?
Even
yet-
cooking
and yet
over a yew fire can be
mate,
harmful.
No, I was just going to say, esoterically, the yew tree has got that much like mysticism around it, which is another
Well,
curious
it's the death portal, isn't it? It's
thing.
but not a great idea. So those red berries, I no would not recommend. No. And so you do have to be a little bit careful. You do have to check that they are hawthorn berries. They're often in hedges at this time of year. They have a little star on the end, and that's sort of how you know that they're hawthorn. They've got a little seed inside, and often almost always. Yeah, but there's no leaves at this time of year, are there?
Not just the stabby bits.
Yeah, but they're in the rose family, so they've got thorns on them. Most of the hawthorn varieties, so you can often tell because they've got a thorn on their quite dark leaves. But definitely worth going on a foraging course with someone like Survival Steve,
or Holly, or we could do a mega survival course with both of them.
You could do one down the Lee Valley.
Or watching. That'd be lovely. If anyone would like to invite Steve or I to come and do some foraging with them, let us know.
And you see, and a bonus is you meet Bigfoot on the way down Lee Valley, so that's all right, can't it? So you know.
The white ones. Sorry.
No.
The white ones are snowberries.
Yeah.
They're not very good for you.
What about rose? Because somebody mentioned rose hips earlier, and when I was about vitamin C, rose hips are
they were used during the war, weren't they, to feed children? Seriously.
Yes, absolutely amazing. Don't cut them.
Oh.
Don't cut them because the seeds are itchy bum. So they're itching powder. So if you eat them as they come out of you, with this, they'll irritate you. Okay. But if you don't cut them, if you keep them whole, they'll be all right. Or if you sieve it.
Are they also? They give you the trots, don't you? They're a laxative. So I've heard.
Well, vitamin C is we're back. It's that show, isn't it? So you take vitamin C to bowel tolerance. So vitamin C gets used up in the body really quickly. So if you're sick, particularly, you want to be taking vitamin C once an hour. So I've got some some lovely capsules, and so I will take 1 milligram, 1,000. So 1 gram, 1,000 milligrams every hour, and to bowel tolerance. And I know that then at that point my body will release all the vitamin C that it doesn't need anymore, and I know that that's the correct dose for the next day, spread out over the day. But I would imagine that the laxative impact that you're having is that you've got enough vitamin C in your body, and then the rest has been released back into the wild.
For anybody who is wanting vitamin C, that they don't want to go through like sort of like high street retailers, definitely not Boots because they are a pharmacist. There's Dom, like from the sheep farm. He sells his own, which I recommend. If anyone wants to check that out. And Clive DeCarl.
Dr. Myhill does it.
Dr. Myhill sells it as well.
Yes, and also, of course, there's Dr. Fleetwood as well. Does it if you're around near Waltham Abbey, but he does a very good one. But there's another one. I think it's cow parsley. Looks very much like what's that poison the Victorians used? It's incredibly poisonous. Not cow parsley, hemlock. That's right, hemlock. And the two plants look very similar. And if you make a mistake, you're taking hemlock, which is absolutely lethal. It'll kill you. And
Nathan and I saw some great hemlock, didn't we? Up in, was it Wooler?
You saw giant hogweed, didn't you?
Oh no, it was hogweed. Yeah, that's right. It wasn't water hemlock. It was hogweed.
Yeah,
yeah.
Where was the town again? Like?
It was Wooler in the on the borders of Scotland. That's right. And we took a photo, didn't we? I think for Holly.
Yeah,
to please us. Yeah. Yeah, so it's not like we're risking our lives or anything.
They were actually. They were actually.
I think it's more than me. I'm like, I ain't touching that, mate. He's like, oh, I'll do it. I'm
he's hard.
tough soldier, so it's.
But,
I was the photographer. And there you go.
Yeah, cow parsley is definitely not nice enough to mix it up with hemlock. Not worth
Well,
your
no,
time.
apparently it looks like
No.
hemlock, so people can muddle things around. So just keep well away from it. It's boys. I
It
know
does.
some.
If you look at the base of hemlock, so hemlock generally, you'll find it near rivers normally. But the base of hemlock, it looks like somebody's taken like pink or purple paint and like splattered it on the stem. So if you see, again, that's a bit of a warning from nature.
That's interesting.
Can you?
I
Can
know
you?
some.
Sorry, 'cause
Carry on. Sorry.
No, go on. Sorry, Matt. I'm just looking at the time, and we've got about 20 minutes left. So, during like Holly's foraging courses, she explains to people that come along that for each season, there's a different part of the plant that you're supposed to take off because it relates to like a different part of the life cycle. I don't know if you want to go into that because I found that like
Go on,
really.
tell us.
Oh no, don't ask me to do it because I'll butcher it. But I found it incredibly useful. I think Steve will know what I'm on about here. But so like between the root, the stem, the fruit, and the seed. Do you want to like explain that to people? Because I really thought.
So you're trying to kind of chase the life force that's within the plant. So at this time of year, we can see the buds that are on the trees. So a lot of the potential of those trees is in those buds right now. So and then the sap will be rising shortly. So a lot of people will tap trees, but you have to be quite careful so you don't make them sick. So you heal their wounds nicely. And then we'll have the leaves, and all the life force will be in the leaves, and especially those spring greens. And then we'll get the flowers, and then we'd be taking the flowers, and then we'd get the seeds and the berries, and we'd be taking those when the life force is in those. And then for winter, the plant would put its life force down into its roots. And so at the beginning of winter, you'd be wanting to dig up the roots before they're used up over the winter, and then we get back into that cycle again of buds and leaves and flowers and berries and seeds and back down into roots over and over again.
So it's basically nature provides again. It's that thing of it knows, and because and we were, I suspect, in line with that. But just on so the reason I brought that up was twofold as well, because I mean I found that fascinating when she explained that to the group that was with us. But equally, you know, when we like Steve and I talk about esoteric subjects and the occult and things like that, that is classed as occult knowledge, and yet. It's all it is nature. It's just it's an observation. It's a use. It's the correct use of nature. It's a correct observation. It's understanding how the process works. And so when people say to us that the occult's evil and things like this is why Steve and I have a little bit of a chuckle. It's like, well, how can it be evil? Because it's just nature and knowing how to use it. And that knowledge right there, it can save your life. It can make you healthier if you're in tune with it and you know how to, you know, where to look and what to look at. It's again, look at the color spectrum in nature as well. It'll tell you what certain things are good for. And I just all of this is just we've lost touch with this.
Well, we try and copy it synthetically. This is what drug companies do, so they can mass produce, and it's not the same. I mean, Sam, shall we say, has said, "Life is not the prey of death. Life is the prey of life." What do you think?
Sammy, please tell us how to pronounce your last name. We're just stupid.
Yes. So anyway, what would you think of that one? Life is not the prey of death. Life is the prey of life. What do you think?
And what are we saying that life seeks out life? So, sorry, I'm not entirely sure how to read into that. I'm not sorry, Sammy. Not trying to dismiss your comment. I'm not sure how to read it. Are we saying that life seeks out life, and that's why it hunts like? So like we were just saying there about the berries and the flowers and the roots and things. Are we saying that life is constantly preying on life to keep itself in that living biome, that biosphere? I'm not sure how to read that.
It's a beautiful quote though.
It's an interesting one.
That sounds profound.
Deep thought. I was going to go with there, Steve. You beat me to it. You said profound, but I mean that's kind of like deep thinking, isn't it? Sorry, I genuinely don't know how to answer it. But another one that came up here is. Occult means hidden. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
So why are they hiding it from us? I suspect it's because they want to profit by us a lot of the time.
But you can't beat
Um,
natural. But the one thing I was going to say, in the spring, if you eat dandelions, please leave a few back for the bees, because the bees need them, because they've got their bright yellow flowers. They need them for pollination and that type of thing. So they always say, leave some for the bees. So
Wouldn't it be
but
fair to say, in any case, so when you're foraging for
Mm.
anything in nature, always take only what you need and make sure that whenever you find a cluster of something, you don't take the entire cluster. You leave
yes,
some behind so that it can
that's right.
reproduce and
Yes,
spread again. And I mean, that's just I would say it was a sensible thing to do. Never mind the kindest thing to do, because you just helping nature rejuvenate, and then when it rejuvenates, we're the ones that benefit. So really, it's a two-way system, isn't it?
I also when I forage, I typically will take my, it's quite disgusting. I'll take my antiseptic saliva and I'll press it on the wound where I've taken from the plant, and I will thank the plant. Often I'll tell it why I'm using it, why I've taken it, and why I'm grateful, and thank it. Sometimes out loud, which obviously means that I'm bonkers.
We're all crazy.
And bless the food that you eat. If you're going to eat something, bless the food.
Absolutely. But the idea is, so partly it's that my spit is antiseptic, partly it's to commune with the plant, partly it's to heal that wound, but partly it's because with the idea, often people will spit on seeds before they plant them, so that their DNA, so that they grow.
I've heard of that. Yes.
Confused with the
a bit like when you kiss your baby and you're and then you're producing breast milk that is specifically tailored to what they need. The idea being that if this is a place that I'm likely to go back to and forage year after year after year from that plant, that if I can be telling it through my saliva what I need, then it can be producing medicine specifically tailored to my body. Obviously, this is bonkers.
No, I think that's a very, very, very good point. And Alice Gorgeous says, Nathan, maybe you could have put a tree on your book instead of that red road thingy. It looks satanic in my opinion.
Hollywood
love you really, love you really.
The thing is, if I'd have put a tree on the front cover, I'd have had to call it Real White, because I like trees.
I don't think LMAO stands for what you think it does.
What does it stand for then?
Laughing my ass off.
Laughing my ass off.
Oh, that's my ass off. Sorry. Yes. Sorry.
I lost something in translation there then.
Yes. Now,
but most red robe for the heart. See, I was speaking from the heart.
Brent Browling says most vegetarians are actually starchitarians.
Starchitarians?
Starchitarians?
Is that a thing?
What's one of them?
I've never heard of a starchitarian. Well, you eat plenty of rice or something. That's for the starch, isn't it? It's rice. I don't know. Starchitarian. Yes.
But then again, we're told that starch is bad for us, aren't we? I mean, I don't know if that's true or not.
It creates sugar. You see, the thing is, it's keeping insulin levels down. I'm not diabetic, but we need to keep our insulin levels down. And this is why I like the keto diet. Now, Dr. Myhill, I think she does have some plant food. The true keto diet is meat only. And I'm a bit old-fashioned. I was brought up with meat and 2 veg, so I still have veg. But the things I've found a lot, this is personally to myself, I feel a lot better if I don't eat potatoes. I don't know, it's just personally me. Although I love chips.
Organic though,
it'd probably make a difference, yes. But the thing I was going to ask you about is what's that stuff now? It comes from cigarettes.
Nicotine.
Nicotine. Now, nicotine occurs naturally, apparently. Thank you for that. It occurs naturally in potatoes, red peppers, I believe, and a few other things.
Aubergines.
And the thing is,
I try and avoid all of these, not nicotine, but I try and avoid all of these because they're in the nightshade family. And particularly you'd be wanting to take the seeds out. I think particularly you'd be wanting to go organic if you possibly can, so that you've got fewer fungicides and things on your potatoes, because that often is what can make you sick. And
They're
the
dangerous.
seeds that are in the say tomatoes, you often talk about this, don't you? How much better they are without the seeds.
Yes, because apparently the seeds, was it, if you, they can tear. So this is again, I'm not a doctor, I'm just going, I think it's Dr. Bob Grundy. Look him up on YouTube, Dr. Bob Grundy. He was saying, and I apologise to him if I've misinterpreted what he's saying, that these seeds can actually tear your inside of your stomach, and they can do you quite a lot of harm. And he said,
I would say that all seeds, if possible, need to be sprouted or soaked or ground. You should never be eating really any seeds without, because they're tiny little pockets of life, and they're designed to survive in all sorts of. So if we're going to get the nutrients out of them, if we're going to get the goodness, we do need to crack them open in some way.
What about peas? Didn't you say peas were part of the nightshade
family?
I
know, peas are very controversial.
Are they deadly
I don't think we
nightshade?
should be eating peas.
I like peas.
No, they're not.
Seriously?
They're
What's wrong with peas? I thought they.
Look into peas.
I certainly will look into peas.
It depends for different people, different things. I wouldn't.
That's
eat
interesting.
Peas.
And
peas at all.
I mean, I like peas, but I don't eat peas.
Really, that I didn't know they were part of the deadly nightshade family. I didn't know that.
No, peas aren't.
No, that's maybe I'm misconfused. But another one is another misconception is, you know, peanuts. And until recently, I didn't realise that peanuts weren't nuts. They were peas.
No, lechons. Lechons. No, are they lechons?
Is that what it's saying? There you go.
Yeah, and also they can contain a poison which is carcinogenic. You've got to be a bit careful with them.
Peanuts as well.
Well, the peanut butter, it's just like, you know, it can grow something nasty on it. So I was told, but I mean, I eat peanut butter every day.
Peanut butter, it was the oil that was actually quite good for it. And again, what the hell do I know? I mean, it's just.
But I actually made.
Again, peanuts are Marmite. They're not Marmite, obviously, but you know, love them or hate them. I don't touch peanuts. I've got friends who believe that peanuts are the ultimate superfood.
Really? And Brent Browning says, my holistic doctor recommends nicotine patches. Oh my. Yeah, but the trouble is with those patches, I think, I don't know, but I would assume they may have synthetic stuff in them. I don't know. But the place to go is to do with Paul English. Nicky Knackers. Knick-knack.
It was Nicotonic, wasn't it? Nicotonic.
Yeah, Nicotonic, yeah. And I'm going to, I haven't done it yet. I'm going to order some lemon flavoured. But they're pretty strong. I have them half dose. But no,
but even if we go back to the catalyst of 2020, I mean, people found that nicotine was quite good and as an effective, I'm going to say therapy again for that one, which is why people like Fauci tried to get people to come off cigarettes and nicotine products, isn't it? Which was interesting.
Hachi says nicotine in its natural form, and knickknacks are organic. I believe they're 100% natural form. Apparently is good for the brain. I'm not a doctor, but what about hemp plant? It has so many uses. Yes, it does, hemp. But when you look at the percentage of hemp, when you can get something in high street shops, shall we say, named after a place overseas, Holland and Barrett. When you look at the percentage of hemp in it, I mean, it's bugger all. It's point something of a percent. You know, I mean.
So to me, Holland and Barrett is like it's to catch people that just happen to want. They might have a vague interest in herbal remedies and things like that. So they think that going to Holland and Barrett might be, you know, the solution. And unfortunately, just like Boots, if you get multivitamins from Boots, you're just pissing your money down the drain, aren't you?
I mean, it's a bridge, isn't it? It's a
Well,
like,
it's-
like
it's-
the ideal.
yeah.
The ideal would be going to someone like Miles.
If
Going-
if you have somewhere like
Well,
that.
but there are herbalists
Yeah.
and there are herbal shops all around the country. They
Yeah.
they're very small. Often they're
Or-
people.
Yeah, but that's right. So I didn't mean to cut in, but we've all got the finest library in the world. It's called the internet. All of us. We've got the best library you could ever wish to have. And on the YouTube, you can find out so much from doctors. But the trouble is
Yeah.
you look at one doctor, says one thing. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. You can see scientists, doctors saying vegetarian food is absolutely fantastic. It's all you need. And then you'll see the other side of the fence. No, it's bad for you. You need to eat meat. And it depends.
But again,
my
doesn't
attitude
this
is
go
it
back
depends
to
on
what-
yourself.
Yeah,
what you-
but this goes back to what we were saying earlier about your blood types, about your body type, about whether
That's
you've got
right.
allergies or not. I mean, to say that, all right, so Steve's a vegetarian, right? And he seems to be doing really well on it. And yet I've
does.
seen other vegetarians, especially vegans, where they look very, very unhealthy on it. And I mean, it's so again, your body type might determine the quality of that and how well you're adapting to certain foods. I mean, so
I also wonder whether there's a bit of. So I know that Steve's incredible because Steve actually eats like vegetables, for example, on his vegetarian diet, whereas a lot of vegetarians and vegans do not.
which is a bit mad, isn't it?
I'm not
Elderberries?
quite. I'm not. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
I know.
Now, Alice Gordon says, I eat my peas with honey. I've done it all
Would that
my
be a sweet
life.
pea?
Yes. It made them taste quite funny, but keeps them on the knife. I won't tell my polar bear joke, shall I? Because
Again.
Steve's heard it so many bleeding times that I bet he's going, oh, God, no, not that one again.
Come on,
You've heard
say
it as
it
well.
again.
You know how to catch a polar bear. Ex-SAS man, you see, you drill a hole in the ice, you put peas around the outside of the hole, and when the polar bear comes for a pee, you kick him in the ice hole.
Yeah. Unless you're unlucky enough to turn around and bite you in the foot. Anyway.
And I heard, Blu-ray says, I heard peanuts are man-made.
I've just, do you know what? Funny, I've just asked Holly if that was true. Then I mean, how would I don't know. I mean, apparently all of our apples now that you find in the supermarket, apparently they're all genetically altered, and the original apple.
Our
was a crab
fruit
apple,
is
so
our fruit
carrots as well.
there's a French lady on YouTube that says that our fruit is dangerous now because you're having so much fructose, you're getting a huge insulin spike in the morning when you can't do it. So what I've gone over to, when I buy apples, I buy children's apples, little tiny ones, and the bananas, you can get them in Aldi. They're called kids bananas, small bananas. So you don't get because bananas in the original state had huge pips in them, and you only ate a little bit of the flesh. So our ancestors didn't have much fruit, and the safest fruit for us apparently is dates and berries, because they've been all right. They've got chemicals on them and that, but they haven't been sort of buggered around with like the main ones, like oranges and apples and pears and things like that, because they crossbred to get better varieties, and that's it. Was it a ditty
Worth looking at.
for you? Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, sorry, Alice is amazing ditty.
Yes.
Worth looking at if you haven't come across it, the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. That every year they look at fruits and vegetables, and they see which ones are the most sprayed and which ones are the least sprayed, so that particularly if you're like on a really tight budget like we are, you can work out which fruits and vegetables you absolutely have to buy organic. For example, like strawberries, blueberries. If you're not buying organic strawberries or blueberries, which cost a fortune, you shouldn't be buying them. They are toxic. Whereas there are other things that you can happily buy non-organic, and they're much less sprayed. So, and it changes every year. So worth looking at the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15.
That's a good one. I mean, Enviro 4000 says, I was a vegan for 5+ years. Yeah, I was a vegan at one time, and was at death's door towards the end before reverting back to eating meat. Yes, I was a vegetarian and then went vegan.
That's curious. So I went through a stint where I wasn't necessarily vegetarian or even vegan, but I went through it was about 2018 where I would have one meal a day, and Monday to Friday I would just avoid meat and dairy and stuff like that. And then if I went out for a meal, then I'd allow myself to eat like steak or a curry, a chicken curry or something like that. And I found that my energy just wouldn't spiked. It was brilliant. I felt healthier. I felt more lively. I felt more focused. I mean, unfortunately, I haven't got any justification for going back on a meat other than I like the taste of it. So, but it didn't. So I found the opposite of what Paul's just said there. I found myself, I felt more energized for it, if anything, and that was only one meal a day as well. So.
The one meal a day is
But again,
good for you.
everybody's
That's our
different.
ancestors. That's right. But our caveman ancestors, it's only up until about 100 years ago, most people only ate one meal a day. And if you ate more than two, you was organic. But Nuki Brown says, what's Miles' website? He hasn't got one. He doesn't use it. He's old school. He doesn't have a website. And when you go in there, he does everything in handwritten. Everything's handwritten. So he's very much old school. So unfortunately, I can't give you his website because he hasn't got one. You know, sorry about that.
Well, it could benefit him a little bit I think if he did have one, but
well, yes,
I understand his sentiment. I'm not. It's not a judgment. It's just could potentially help him if he did, but then I haven't got a website either. So what the hell do I know?
Now, 2030, they're banning red meat, so we're going to have to go to eating Bill Gates.
I don't want to eat him. He sounds toxic as anyway. Really but to be fair though, let's look at that because they keep saying that. I'm not. I genuinely don't think they're going to have an easy ride with that one. I mean, they're going to have to make one hell of a narrative to get that past, aren't they? Because people are going to be like, really. I think they'll fight against that one. Funnily enough.
Well, Patrick, you remember what Natasha said, Dr. Natasha? She said that vegans, eventually, she said there's an island where the tribes in the middle of the island were vegans, and the tribe on the coast ate fish, and the vegans used to trade with the ones that ate fish. And when they couldn't get the fish, they turned cannibal. And she said, you look at most of the vegans, I'm not talking about vegetarians, and I'm not knocking vegetarians at all. But I'm talking about the real strict vegans. They're very angry people, and are wound up. You see them marching in London. Not all of them. I'm sure there's some people that are very suited for a vegan diet. Again, I'm just quoting, but I'm just saying what Dr. Natasha is saying. Okay, I'm just passing this on, and she said they eventually they die very young because their body is desperately needing vitamins that they're not getting. But again, I'm not talking about vegetarians. I'm talking about vegans, which is something very, very different. But again, there might be vegans in chat that will say different. And I'm not being rude to people or vegans or anything like that. I'm just saying what Dr. Natasha said. So I'll make that very, very clear. Okay.
Chris, just before, because I know we've kind of come up to the final hour. Is right. So Matilda's just mentioned something there that Holly, you've mentioned a couple of times to me, is that usually your body's telling you what you need. So if you're fancying something, or if you're like drawn to some kind of food, so is that your body craving that for its like nutrient value or for its like its health? Is this like one of those natural synchronicities that
I think you need to sort of use a little bit of judgment, but yes,
as long as it's not chocolate, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, potentially, especially dark chocolate, you might absolutely be needing what's in there. But I think also you need to also be a little bit careful. So there are things that I will crave, and I'll crave them because I'm fairly intolerant to them, and so as long as you're in tune with your body, and as long as, and if you think about our ancestors, that when we were hunting and gathering, there would be times, for example, when, say, there was a berry harvest or a nut harvest, or that there was only fish to eat, or perhaps there was just seaweed, or there was just there were only hazelnuts at that period of time, and so you'd like gorge yourself, say, for a week on the strawberry harvest, and you'd eat almost nothing but strawberries for that week, and then you'd be that would do you huge amounts of good, and keep you going for the rest of the time. So I think there's a bit of that. We just need to be in tune with our bodies, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, we've got to listen to our body.
Cucumber and pineapple. What does that tell you?
Sorry, you're going to say,
sorry,
Patrick.
I was going to say that the gut accumulates things and holds on to it. That's kind of the gist of what I've gotten from her GAPS diet books, is that these things they cling to the gut walls, and they stay there because they're beneficial and that sort of thing. So like what you're saying, in nature, out in the elements, you'd forage for berries, let's say, and you'd eat something in season, and then that would last you for a long time, potentially months.
That's right.
As a consequence.
Now, this is an interesting one. Hachi says, we've had cochineal in cake icing for years. Eat the bugs and be happy. Deep fried locusts in chocolate are supposed to be good for us. Well, no, because the natives, they generally don't eat the skeleton of the bug or whatever it is. They'll get the meat out and then throw the skeleton bit away, and that is the bit that's carcinogenic apparently. And what they do is just they just liquidize the whole bleeding lot up, so you get everything. But there's something in the framework of insects which is not good for us, which is highly carcinogenic.
Nathan was telling me about beaver cloaca the other day.
I knew you were going to bring this up when somebody mentioned strawberry. I was thinking strawberry flavouring.
Well, no, it's raspberry flavouring, isn't it? It's raspberry flavouring.
Get this.
No, go on.
Oh, right, okay. So when they have raspberry flavoured like ice cream or sweets or something like that. Well, it just happens to have it comes from a beaver. I can't even say it. It comes from a beaver's anus, basically. So you looked into this further than I did, and I just
wow.
So it's
that stuff is valuable.
Flavoring.
I know people who trap beaver.
Flavoring.
Go ahead.
Really, someone's beef.
It'll put me off a bit.
I mean, how do people find that out? I mean, how does somebody come across that? Really? I mean,
must have been one person that was a bit pervy and thought, "Oh, look, there's a beaver. I want to go and lick his arse." Oh, that's nice. Yeah, no, it's like some poor sod must have eaten hemlock to find out that it's dangerous. It kills you.
Eric, it puts new meaning to the term raspberry.
Yeah.
All right. How the hell did we miss that one? So blowing a raspberry.
Anyway, we've come up to the time. It's been a fantastic show.
What a thing to end on.
Well, Alice Gould just has summed it up. She says, "I crave freedom and have an insatiable appetite."
Oh, that's much better. Thank you for raising the tone again, Alice.
I would say that's the one thing that we should all be craving at the minute is freedom, because it's the one thing that's under threat and that we all need to band behind and come together over, because without freedom we've got nothing. But there you go.
That's right. And Aunt Sally said, if you've ever kept bugs, I have, because I had a chameleon. They eat a lot of food themselves. Doesn't make economic sense to harvest them for humans.
I find a lot of the stuff that's being pushed at us through agendas is very, very counter-intuitive and very inverted compared to what they're saying is good for us. Is generally the very opposite. And when they say that they're protecting the planet, what they mean is they're destroying it and profiting by it. And they blame us for any damage done. So I think that can be applied to a lot of things at the minute. It's satanic inversion to the core. So
yeah, that's it.
I know an apple joke there.
Well,
All right.
thank you everyone for joining us tonight. There's a show tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So please join us at 8 o'clock. And also there's Paul English on 8 o'clock every Thursday. And of course there's Holy Land Radio. Can you tell us a little bit about Holy Land Radio, Patrick?
Yeah, I play all those shows. I'm broadcasting now our show that we're doing here, the broadcast.
Oh, that's
program.
very kind.
Yeah. And then
There's-
Wednesdays on Soapbox and Holy Land, we do the Shelley Tasker show with Shelley Tasker and Maleficus Scott. But
Brilliant.
it starts at 7 and goes until 9 UK time.
And Steve, Nathan, Nat, have you got anything you'd like to promote? I mean, I know you've got a YouTube channel now. And Holly, are you going to be doing any of your foraging tours at all? So far away,
I'll
please
let you
tell
answer that one
people.
first. Working on it.
Well, next time we come on, we'll share some stuff about
Yeah.
foraging and events and
There's
things.
Okay.
there's things in the works.
And there's
So,
Food for Thought Radio.
oh God,
That's food for thought, Red.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
And also, Steve, is there
Nathan
anything you
has,
want to
Nathan
promote?
has a new channel.
Oh yeah, I've got two YouTube channels for anyone who's interested. Steve and I have got the Occult Academy, which is also combined with the Fake Awake podcast, and then I've got another YouTube channel which is to do with like interviewing guests and just going through that, and that's called Last Revolution podcast. There's a couple more episodes I've got to add to that. They just need edits basically before I upload them, but there's plenty more coming from Steve and I and from the Last Revolution podcast. Bowler Hat Farmer's on that one with me quite a lot as well, so he's got an absolute wealth of knowledge. And so I tell you what, we don't have to get passionate about some of the stuff we're going to on there. So about the environment and farming and stuff like that, it's crazy. So, but yeah, there's projects in the works. It's just going to take a while to get them all set up.
And
And-
Steve, sorry,
Oh,
Karen.
yeah.
No,
I would,
that
I would
was it.
definitely say get on a course with Holly. She's the knowledge she's got is absolutely outrageous, and I think people have got to be there to appreciate what she's got to offer. So it's all important.
Depends whether you're in the
stuff.
north, in the frozen north
right.
with
Well,
Steve,
yeah, lad.
or whether you're a pansy down south with me.
Yeah, it's a
What was all
Southern
the-
Jesse.
Sorry, I mean, potholes.
Patrick, you was going to say, mate, what was it?
Well, you all should come here and come foraging because we have lots of woods to go through and find all sorts of different things that are in nature. And
Invite
also,
us over, Patrick.
yeah, come on over.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Like, go and
We
say-
have.
say-
I just wanted to mention one more thing. We have the Bowler Hatted Farmer on Tuesdays from 7 until, I think it's a 2-hour show, so 7
Now,
until 9.
answer
Sorry,
is
Holly's had to just nip
how
off for
can we
a
get in
second, so-
touch with Holly?
For the minute, if you want to get in touch with Holly directly, if you just get in touch with me or Steve at the minute through either of our Telegram channels or
Telegram,
through yourself,
yeah.
Chris, I'm sure you could
Yeah,
redirect for the minute.
I can redirect. Yes, I think that's
I mean,
the
she
best
does. She does have a website and a business and a book that's available, but that's to do with something else completely. So I'd let her sell that one to you if that's all right. For the minute, if you get in touch with either myself, Steve, or Chris, if you want to get in touch with Holly, I'm sure she'll add you to Telegram and get in touch with you as soon as she gets the chance.
thing. Fantastic.
Yeah. So
Okay, so through Telegram. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, everybody in chat for making the show what it is. It is much appreciated. I get a lot of emails. So if you sent me an email and you haven't a reply yet, I like to reply to everybody. It does take some time because I am
Sorry.
inundated with them. So please be patient. I don't ignore people, questions and things like that. I like to get back because that's what makes the show. And of course, we will be saying more about the David James Memorial Award soon. So thank you very much for joining us.
just Chris, just one more thing before you go. Now that Holly's
With the amazing prize
of an enema.
Of an enema.
Just before you go, sorry, I answered on your behalf. There's somebody's asked how to get in touch with you. Do you want? I don't know if you. I know you got a
No, that's
website
good.
and stuff, but
Good.
so yeah. So yeah. Just to reiterate, then, if you want to get in touch with Holly, if you get in touch with myself, Steve, or Chris, and I'm sure we can sort something out there.
Telegrams are road to go.
There you go.
Thank you very much for joining
Thanks,
us.
Chris.
And Oh, and remember, put the old thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you're generous, buy me a coffee. Not down in my crutch, but down. The description is down below. And remember, join us tomorrow night, 8:00, for another exciting show. And whatever happens, have a bloody good laugh and good night.